ジェクト AWG アクシズウェーブ第1マッチです。
初っ端から復活組ですね。
なので結構 AWG からするとちょっと奇襲仕掛けに来てるアクシズウェーブです。いよいよ、やっぱりこのオフラインの会場では強力ですよね。そうですね。出てまいりました。AWG が日の川公園
強力ですから、キャラクターのことを考えてだと思いますが、高低差があるポジションにはなってしまう。
AXIZ Hunter going against AWG Survivors. It will be BonBon on Moonlit River Park. He's going to be heading towards the second story where he will be running into Mko as his first chase. It does look like he's already going to be dropping down from this window, so way ahead of this hunter. Good thing he did end up going upstairs and through that window so that he will be taking more time going after the survivor, so good judgment call on Mko's side. But if the hunter was more patient or if he didn't go up that second story, it would have been a completely different story. But she also does have that bubble because she is the gardener, so she had that protection bubble for the first, I think, 50 seconds into this game. I think it was 50 seconds. I'll have to check that again. And it looks like the hunter is finally able to see this gardener. She's gonna go and utilize these double pallets here. And the hunter is just trying to get a bomb chip on her. And she's also placing the bombs near the pallets so that she can't return to those areas, but is able to make it to this double pallet here behind the walls. Wonderful pallets done, but she is gonna get that chip damage. And it's a nice trade for the hunter because he's finally able to get some damage onto the survivor. He does have insolence as well, so even if he doesn't get the hits too early on, he's being very patient here. She's trying to get the bubble, but it doesn't look like she's able to do so, and will be able to down this first survivor. We can see Cypher Machines around 80, 70, 50, so pretty average because you have a rescuer, then usually their decoding is much slower. But seeing that this is a very big map, survivors have to be very careful. And getting rescues is already very tricky, but then you have to get a rescue against a BonBon, so it's like, yeah, it's gonna be hard. And he already placed one bomb on the chair, and you can see that the survivors are very far away, so he's risking it a little more by placing a little more bombs on this chair. We can see AEZ is coming in for the rescue, but he's gonna have to get the after half rescue because he had to travel quite a long distance. And as you can see, the survivors are priming up the second Cypher Machine, but they're not going to pop it because of audience effect. And I think this was pre-nerf, so it has been nerfed, so it's not going to be as strong as it was, but at this time, it's going to be very strong. He's going to utilize that, ooh, wonderful job taking the hit. It wasn't a stuff situation, so is able to get that rescue, but it's after half, but she does have Tide Turner. We can see that the hunter is bombarding this poor gardener. She's trying to get the bubble, but the bomb and the hit, and unfortunately she's going to be eating all that damage, and she'll be going down here at this corner. We can see 2 Cypher Machines are completed, and the last 3 Cypher Machines at 50, 60, and 40, so has a lot of progress. But first survivor being returned to the manor. AZ is injured. We have the wanted order on Namiko, and the hunter's trait was warp, and he does have trump cards, so if he can change it when he feels like it is necessary. AZ is going to be working on that. Ooh, looks like hunter's going to be teleporting right to the side because he knows that there's 2 survivors on the other side of this map, and there's 1 survivor here, which means if they have to go for this rescue, and it's most likely the survivor that came in for the rescue, which was the Gravekeeper, so that means he's going to be able to down the survivor quickly, and then 2 survivors from the other side of the map have to come in for this rescue. So wonderful call on the side of the AXIZ hunter. And he's going to be placing a lot more bombs in the beginning of the first chair because he knows that the survivors have to travel across the map to get there, which means it's going to be another after half rescue. However, we can see the last Cypher Machine is at 50%, but Burio had to go all the way and finish up that 99% Cypher Machine, so that's going to take up a lot of time as well because this is a very big map. And it looks like Burio is also coming in for this double rescue situation. They have started another Cypher Machine, but it's only at 2%. Oh, that might be the one that AZ was working on. But they're not even able to approach this chair at this point. And it is the puppeteer, so he's going to be able to tank that hit. Namiko is... Oh, okay, it was the middle Cypher Machine. Okay, that makes so much more sense. I wasn't aware where the location of the Cypher Machines were, but they were able to get that rescue, and seeing that it's Tide Turner, Hunter's just going to be pressuring the last Cypher Machine, which is at 64%. unable to get any stuns onto this hunter. He's going to go back towards the Cypher machine, seeing that it's not being worked on and a new Cypher machine is being worked on at first stop. He is going to stay here because all three Cypher machines are on this side of this map. So what the Antiquarian was trying to do is trying to make the hunter leave the Cypher machines and carry him away. But now it looks like the hunter will be going for AEZ once again, which is a pretty good target, seeing that he will be returned to the manor if he is caught. But we can see injuries are piling up onto the survivors, and I think the only survivor that can come in for a possible rescue is the puppeteer. The rest of the survivors have to be very careful. Thankfully, their Cypher machines are pretty far away from each other, and it looks like Namiko is going to utilize her speed boost by using the spin on her flute. Is able to get the pushback, but it's not enough and will be going down. We can see the last two Cypher machines are at 70, so they will be able to prime the Cypher machine. Hunter is going to be carrying her on the other side of this map, making the rescue incredibly hard once again. Baro2 is making his journey towards that chair early on because, well, as we said, it's quite a long distance. It's Moonlit River Park, and the hunter's gonna, he's gonna teleport. He's gonna get rid of the Gravekeeper, and now they can't pop the Cypher machine. Wow, I didn't even think about that. It's crazy. Oh, wonderful hit out of the shovel. They are gonna be able to get the rescue. Oh, but he's gonna ride the roller coaster. Do they have the buttons pressed on second stop and third stop? No, they do not. Okay, so they didn't have that prepared, but that does buy the survivors enough time. But both Cypher machines are here. The closest Cypher machine is the middle Cypher machine, but they're unable to touch it, and it's at 80. The last Cypher machine is 97. So that one roller coaster just saved the survivors for the time being. Kakiri is going to be noticing, okay, he wants to protect both Cypher machines, but he needs to start making a choice because they've started on the middle Cypher machine. Baro2 is there, Namako's running towards there, AEZ is in the middle. Looks like the hunter is going to be going for this Gravekeeper because he is dead on chair. They're just going to pop this Cypher machine because they don't want to risk any bomb hits, bomb downs, because if you're down by the bomb, then the hunter doesn't have attack recovery, and then you could just down the survivor right away. So they're not going to risk it. They're just going to pop it early. And we can see one of the Cypher exit gates are being worked on. It's already at 45-50%, and Gravekeeper is just doing such a good job staying out of line of sight and avoiding these bombs. Looks like, both exit gates are now being opened up, and this is looking like a two-man escape. Wonderful job on the side of the survivors, really being able to get those clutch escapes. That one roller coaster just saved the entire game, because if he was able to down this Gravekeeper, he would have been able to chair him, get rid of the second survivor, and then they'll have to have a two-man endgame situation. Gravekeeper still alive and running, but it looks like he will be able to get the down. Oh my goodness, the dungeon is here. He's gonna be able to make, no, I don't think he's gonna be able to make it, but then again, oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, he's gonna be able to get the down onto the survivor, and that's a two-man elimination for the side of AXIZ Hunter. Round 1, second half, we're going to have the AWG Hunter going against the AXIZ survivors as the Goatman on Moonlit River Park. We can see him entering the second story building. All the survivors are moving away from this hunter. We can see Ado is actually going towards the walls corner. Hunter's going to throw down a peeper, realizing there's nobody in the second story, but not realizing they're right outside towards the walls. Ado is feeling a little... Okay, looks like the hunter does realize he is in this corner, because he went towards the bridge area. He didn't get to Naya. He said, okay, he's at this corner and he's going to be able to... Oh, he's able to get the... Okay, he's going through the cage. Oh my goodness, his cages are just a little too big, so then he gets to hide behind this pallet, but he's still able to get the hit onto this Embalmer. Embalmer is a good chase for the side of the survivors, because that means he can resurrect himself at least one time, and that's going to save a long distance rescue for the side of the survivors. We can see a wonderful flywheel, but it's not enough because he wasn't able to quite make it to that pallet, and it looks like he's going to be going down for the first time. The question is, okay, his coffin is somewhere outside outside of the second story area, or is it inside of second story? And he will be resurrecting himself so that the survivors can get more decoding progress in. Okay, so it's on the edge of second story building. Hunter's going to be right on him in the very beginning of this resurrection. He's going to be breaking that. Oh my goodness, but he thought he could break it with the bubble, but wasn't really able to do so because the bubble ran out just in time. So wonderful timing on the side of this Goatman. He's going to be going down for the second time. You can see that 2 cipher machines have been primed, and the third cipher machine at 50 and a fourth cipher machine at 45%. We'll be bringing him to the chair for the second time. And once again, since they are using audience effect, they're going to purposely pop those cipher machines later on. We can see the first officer's already here for the rescue, and he's utilized his watch so that he can get that after image. And the hunter is going to be struggling a little, but he knows he's heading towards the chair, so he is able to get that hit, but it's only a chip damage onto the first officer. First officer can utilize his pocket watch, the remainder of his first pocket watch, to get out of this sticky, dangerous situation, and it was rescued with Ty Turner. So Ado is going to be taking a hit here and will be going down, but he will be alive for a little longer because of that Ty Turner, allowing the survivors to finish up that fourth cipher machine. Wow. So one more cipher machine left, and one survivor has been sent back to the manor. I'm talking a little too fast. So one more cipher machine will be left very soon, but if you add up the percentages, yes, it's only one more cipher machine, but then you have to walk that distance, and Hunter is going to be teleporting right to the cipher bridge, where he will be running into Nyan, the Enchantress. She's going to be going through, but the wall is stuck here in between, so that means the areas that she can go back and forth is stopped. A little Hunter being very patient, wonderful flywheel, and she is able to make it to this. Oh, but she goes through instead and is going to be taking a hit here, so half injury onto the Enchantress. However, 4 cipher machines will be able to down this Enchantress. So we see the 4th cipher machine is basically complete, but they have to actually travel the distance and pop in. Not sure if there's a survivor there already or if they're decoding, and then one survivor needs to come in for this rescue. And it looks like KaKaKa is the survivor coming in for this rescue. We can see that the corner walls is being done by Tuna, and the hunter seems to know exactly where the survivor is coming from. And since first officer only had a chip damage, oh, but he's caught off so far away from the chair, and he's at 75%. He's going to utilize his pocket watch, and he's going to take a hit, but is he going to be able to make it? He has 5 seconds on his pocket watch. He's not able to get the rescue, and that's a down, 2-man down situation with only Tuna at full health. Tuna is coming in for this rescue. He has to get this rescue because, yeah, 2 survivors are down. They need the cipher machines to be primed and popped. So it looks like she's going to be summoning her bubble. Hunter's going to be hitting. Oh, she wasn't able to summon the bubble. And it looks like the hunter will be going ahead and chairing the first officer. She needs to be careful of the Enchantress, but it looks like the Enchantress is just leaving because she was saved after half. So it's a very dangerous situation for the Enchantress. Hunter's going to be backing up, trying to get the hit onto the... Oh, Gardner, wonderful job getting the protection bubble. Is able to get the rescue. This Gardner is thankfully being able to get that bubble timing just right. Hunter is being very patient here. They are baiting the cage. Is able to break this cage. Gonna play a little bit of mind games here, but is going to be taking that chip damage. But thankfully there wasn't a cage, so they are alive for a little bit longer. He's going to be teleporting to that last cipher machine. Well, one of the last cipher machines at 80%, and he's going to be trying to catch this. Oh, would have to utilize that triple stun by the Enchantress. He's going to be breaking this pallet here so that she's forced to move away from the walls and this area. Tuna's coming in to finish up that cipher machine and then have one person go to that 99% cipher machine. Hunter is aware of this. He's gonna get the hit on down on Tuna. Oh, Nyan's trying to push that cipher, but it's not quite ready. She is able to make it to this pallet, but she walks right through. Hunter is not afraid of these pallets at all, and is gonna get the terror shock and then down onto the Enchantress. 2 survivors are down, 1 survivor at 75% damage. This is not looking good for the side of the survivors. We can see the Gardner is healing herself up from the ground at 77 now. She's been able to get 100%, and they're pushing that last cipher machine 93%. Enchantress has been sent back to the manor. He messes up. I'm not sure if he was planning to do that, but cipher machines are popped because he wasn't able to get that survivor down in one cage. He was outside of the cage, that way he can't go through the cage and then stop this survivor. And it looks like the gardener will be taking this kite next. Just have that pallet to work with, but oh, we'll be going down. Opposite cipher machine is being opened up. Teleport will be up in 13 seconds. And it's the first chair for this gardener, but it looks like the exit gate will be open in time, and KaKaKa will be the one survivor that does get to escape on the side of AXIZ, and that's a 3-man elimination for AWG Hunter. AWG Hunter going against AXIZ Survivors is going to be Ivy on Leo's memory. AWG get the win in round number 1. This is round 2 first half, so we'll have to see how well the AXIZ Survivors do against this to try and make up for their first round loss. We're going to have the Ghost heading towards the middle area, and the Hunter is main body. Oh, he's going to be calling this Ghost, and she's going to be committing fully onto this prisoner. Prisoner's going to go down the bottom. Hunter can see where this prisoner is going because the Ghost is still latched onto the survivor, so that she can't really do any mind games. But the prisoner also can't go back to the second floor top window area because there's a tablet, so he was kind of caught in a sandwich situation. Wonderful mind games and wonderful strategy on the side of the Hunter. Is going to utilize his stun to try and stop the Hunter for a little bit longer. Hunter's going to utilize that time to break this pallet so that he can't keep looping this area. So he's going to head back inside of the factory because it's a much safer area to keep looping. But the Hunter's going to be able to catch up. So flywheel here to avoid the hit, and Hunter's going to blink right through, get the hit onto Ado. And as you can see, she is waiting for the corruption to build up, and so once he gets 100% corruption with the Ghost, she's going to be able to down him because he's going to be coming towards the Hunter, right? And unfortunately the basement is here, so things are looking even worse for the AXIZ Survivors. We can see that KaKaKa and Tuna do have tie turner, so they can possibly come in for this rescue. But we can also see another good thing for the side of the Survivors was it was a pretty good kite, because I mean it also depends on the personas, like what the Hunter brought. So if he brought like slower decoding for the Survivors, then they would obviously get slower decoding. But it looks like Tuna's going to be coming in for the rescue. Being very patient here. He's going to be able to get that before half rescue. No injury onto Tuna, and Ado getting the hit immediately. We can see that 3 cipher machines are practically completed, and the 4th cipher machine is at 23%. Ado's down, but as long as he leaves the basement, they can go in for a rescue one more time with the mercenary because he still has tie turner to utilize. Hunter is now going to go pressure the cipher machines as well. Ado is going to be going down here next to this pallet. No survivors giving that pallet stun, freeing him up, which isn't too much of an issue because they have quite a lot of progress, but this is an IV, so once that one survivor is sent back to the manor, they have to be very, very careful. But they did play this incredibly well. And the Ghost is being sent back inside of factory. The main body is staying nearby the chair so that you can make sure that rescue isn't done as easy. Going to be infecting one of the cipher machines on Tuna and recalling the Ghost to try to stop this rescue. Mercenary's gonna get the terror shock, but it's a mercenary, so he's still gonna be able to get that rescue, and he's gonna utilize his stun before he goes down here. We do see her trait isn't up quite yet, and it looks like she is gonna be able to get the hit onto the prisoner. He's going to be connecting the cipher machines that are 99% so that the survivors don't have to travel all the way there to finish that cipher machine. So great utilization of the prisoner before he went down with that tie turner, and the Hunter will be finding the KaKaKa, who's on the ground, and will be infecting and teleporting to him, and the cipher machines are primed. They just need to get to it. I think they just need to get to that 99% cipher machine and prepare for the endgame situation. They just popped the cipher machine, and the mercenary is back up, not even giving her a chance to chair. But I mean, for the side of the Ivy, she's going to start pressuring the exit gates now. So she's going to have the main body at one exit gate, and she's going to have the Ghost at the other exit gate. She has infected the Acrobat, and the main body does see KaKaKa, so she's going to recall the Ghost and hopefully the survivors can get rid of that tablet, because then they'll be free to open that exit gate. But as soon as he gets close to that tablet, she sees the infection corruption going up on that survivor. She's gonna teleport right away because she doesn't want to give them the opportunity to open up that exit gate. We can see the ghost is now heading towards the Christmas tree, is gonna be able to get the down onto the acrobat, but they're going to be able to open up this exit gate, and that's looking like a two-man escape situation. She's going to recall the ghost and have the ghost keep tabs on the acrobat. She's going to check the Christmas tree exit gate, but it's already open. She's going to recall the ghost here, and she's going to be teleporting to the acrobat, making sure that he is chaired and trying to at least secure that two-man elimination. We can see that there are no more tide turners, so a last-minute rescue and run to the exit gate might be hard, but oh, Hunter is keeping tabs on all the survivors. KaKaKa caught far off from that open exit gate. Hunter is going to be infecting him, but Tuna is also looking for that opportunity to go rescue. He has made it. Oh, what is... what? Okay. It looks like Tuna was utilizing his jetpacks going back and forth here, and the Hunter's ghost is infecting Tuna, so that means he can keep tabs on both the mercenary and the airplane, so they can't get that backdoor rescue. But she still has detention, and oh my goodness, he elbow pads away, and he's safe for the time being, and he's making his way to the chair. There's a tablet on the chair, so I don't know if he's going to be able to make it, but it looks like he is being cut off by the Hunter, but he can just go to the... oh, he gets 100%, but the main body's still far away, so that allows him to escape, and he can still go... well, he doesn't have elbow pads, and Hunter still has... oh, is detention over? Okay, we can see that the next surviving Yan has been sent back to the manor, and I think detention's over because KaKaKa is not afraid of being hit, because even if he's hit, he can just make his way towards the exit gate, and it looks like that is going to be the situation here. Yep, he's just gonna walk right out, and he will be taking this hit, but we will be able to get that two-man escape for the side of AXIZ survivors. AXIZ Hunter going against AWG survivors. It is going to be the opera singer on Leo's memory. We have the win for AWG on round 1. This is round 2, second half. She needs to at least get a tie if they want to make it to round number 3, which means she has to get a tie, a two-man elimination or more in order to at least win this round and then make up for that loss. Wonderful job on the side of this coordinator, being very patient here, waiting for the Hunter to get those window vaults before transitioning out, but that also means there are remnants left near this window. She's going to take that vault, and it looks like the Hunter's not going to go back to her remnant and just take the vault, now continuously looping this area. Now that that pallet there is gone, she's going to go back to her remnant and finally get a hit onto this coordinator. Now if the coordinator wants to leave this area, she's going to go to a very open area so that she can get that stun and make sure that Hunter doesn't dodge it. Hunter playing a little mind games here at this pallet double vault, but that buys a lot of time for the survivor to come in once again and rotate and vault again. Wow, coordinator's buying so much time at this one window. Hunter trying to catch her off guard. She's gonna blink. Oh, flywheel and the stun. Now that allows the coordinator to transition away to an area with more pallets, but it does look like she's gonna finally leave this shack area. And we see Baroto is also in this area. So now that she sees the embalmer, that means he can actually make a coffin for her and resurrect her wherever he wants. She's gonna try to get a hit. Oh, he tried to flywheel, but the hit registered. And it looks like the Hunter is changing targets, and now he's gonna go for the embalmer. Okay, we can see he vaulted right into that remnant, and the Hunter was able to take advantage of it. Will be able to chair this survivor for the first time. Where is his coffin? Okay, it's on the second story area. And the Hunter is not gonna go there because he didn't utilize his resurrection. He's gonna be cleaning up the pallets here. We can see 2 cipher machines have been completed. Wonderful kite on the side of this coordinator, but the embalmer unfortunately a little caught off guard with that sudden change of targets. Will be taking the hit by the airplanist, and that will ensure him to get that safe rescue with Tide Turner. Gonna be taking the hit right away, so the embalmer is gonna move as far away from his coffin so that he can be resurrected at that second story area, staircase area. He's going to be running towards the pallet here. It doesn't look like he's going to be throwing any of them down, and the hunter's going to be picking up for the second time and carrying him inside a factory, which is much closer to where his coffin is going to resurrect him. And this is his second chair, so he needs to utilize his ability coffin. They're just going to pop that second cipher machine, so audience effect is no longer going to be available, but they have quite a lot of progress on the remainder 2 cipher machines. Going to utilize, oh, Hunter's going to vault so that he can't vault through while he has that bubble. Okay, trying to do a little bit of mind games here, but it looks like he will be taking the hit. I mean, there's not anywhere you could really go. The only area he could really play around with was the window, which the hunter ended up blocking. So it is the first survivor sent back to the manor. 2 injuries on both survivors, 1 first officer with full health and Ty Turner, so they still have Ty Turner available for the side of the survivors. And cipher machines are looking good because the last 2 cipher machines, 99 and 86%, looks like they weren't able to pop that 99% cipher machine, or they're just going to wait, and the hunter is going to have to look around to, ooh, he's going to utilize the blink and finally land a hit onto the first officer. However, we can see the airplanist was healed up, and so was the coordinator, so anyone can come in for this rescue and they can do this back and forth game. It won't be too much of an issue, but they do have to go towards the area that the first officer is kiting, because that's one of their last cipher machines with a lot of progress. It looks like they're going to also touch another cipher machine. They're not starting it, but we'll have to see what the survivors do end up doing. However, first officer, he is injured, but he has another pocket watch to utilize, which is still on cooldown, but a little bit of mind games here. Was trying to hide behind that one pallet, but it was seen by the hunter. They decided to pop that 4th cipher machine, so it looks like they're just going to start a new cipher machine. Hunter is not chairing the first officer, which allows the survivors to try and kite a little bit longer. I mean, work on the cipher machine that the hunter isn't chairing the survivor on, which is at 40%, so they can just get an after half rescue if the hunter does not pressure the survivors. However, the hunter is aware that there is a survivor here because of tinnitus, and it looks like Mko is found out a little bit early, so he's going to have to utilize the jetpacks to try and make it quickly to that chair. Hunter is being very patient here, is going to be taking a hit that forces him to get that rescue. Cipher machine's at 70%, and he still has a pocket watch to utilize, so Mko here needs to be careful. Will be taking the down, which allows the first officer to get away, but he's at half health and he needs to get this rescue with that pocket watch. It is still a possibility, so it will still work for the survivors, and the hunter is going to bring him all the way to the outside kind of open chair where it's also closer to the exit gate, and the first officer going for an immediate rescue. Oh my goodness, she misses and he's able to get the rescue, and with Ty Turner, and that's allowing Mko to transition, and the cipher machines are now being popped. Mko does have borrowed time, so he will still be okay after Ty Turner runs out. Ooh, wonderful push with his jetpack, and he's bringing the hunter once again to this corner. However, teleport is ready, but this is the first chair for the airplanist. We can see one of the exit gates are being opened up, which is Moon Gate, and we can see the first officer running towards Christmas Tree exit gate. Okay, so whichever the hunter ends up teleporting to, so he's going to teleport to Namiko. Namiko has to make sure that she does not die, because she can return to the remnant if she goes down too quickly. And it looks like she is going to be committing onto this coordinator. And the first officer is going to leave his gate, go for the rescue onto the aeroplanist, and we can see the coordinator, oh, flywheels, but the hunter waits and just hits her after the flywheel. And that will be the first down for the coordinator, and it's also her first chair. Oh, they're not going to go for the rescue, they're just going to escape with 1-man escape. AXIZ able to get that 3-man elimination, giving them the win for round number 2, tying up the 2 rounds. Round 3, first half, AWG Hunter going against AXIZ. Right now, they're tied in the number of rounds win, which is 1 each, and the points are completely tied. So round number 3 will most likely determine quite a lot of things. And we can actually see the MS is like 13, the ping. And it looks like the first I'm so distracted. The first survivor that the hunter will be going after is going to be the novelist. You have only a little bit of wax, so he's doing a very good job. Oh, wonderful pallet stun, but the wax is building up because of it. However, he does have his book to utilize and quite a lot of obstacles to hide behind, so he will be pretty okay, maybe possibly. He might eat a lot of wax here. Wonderful pallet stun yet again, but the wax is still building up. I mean, the wax will build up eventually, so yeah. And now he needs to keep looking back to make sure he recharges his book. Gonna eat some more wax here. 98%. Does he have flywheel? No, he does not, so he's just gonna take that hit with 98% wax, so he needs that wax to start to go down because it's a little dangerous here, but it is going to slowly start to reduce, and he has bought enough time. 62% wax, so this novel is doing an incredibly good job. Going to utilize his book once more to go inside of the cottage or shack. Hunter's gonna block off that area, forcing him to go out into the open, but he does have triple pallets here to work with, but he's not gonna go there. He's gonna go towards the middle, and he will be going down for the first time. However, if you look at the cipher progress, it's looking incredibly good. We see one cipher machine is almost done, or they're gonna keep it primed because of a audience effect. 2 cipher machines have been completed or are primed, and the 3rd cipher machine will be primed real soon. Hunter's going to be throwing some wax at that cipher machine and stopping it from being worked on. Meanwhile, we can see Tuna is coming in for the rescue as the patient. Is that the patient? Okay, it looks kind of blurry. Maybe it's not the patient. I wasn't paying attention. We will find out. Oh no, he's gonna decode. So it looks like KaKaKa maybe possibly coming in. No, they might just sell because they don't want to give full presents to the wax artist. But they are feeding tinnitus, so maybe an after half rescue, or it's not a rescue at all. We can see that the 4th and 5th cipher machines are progressing quite well. KaKaKa coming in for the rescue is going to take the hit and getting the rescue with Tide Turner, giving Nyan a possibility or better chance to kite away from the cipher machines, and it looks like he was able to get that window vault. Hunter's just gonna vault right behind, block off that window with the he was expecting him to go the other way, but he's going towards the corner instead, so winning the mind game here as the novelist, hiding behind these walls. Wow, he's just doing a very good job. He has barely eaten a lot of wax. It's going to utilize his book and hide behind this window once again. Double window. But he's out in the open, so it looks like he will be going down, and that will be the end for the novelist since it is his... Wait, it was after half rescue. So... second chair returning to the manor, we can see that all cipher machines are primed and it's the endgame situation with 3 survivors up and running. Where is the last cipher machine? We can see that the dungeon is in the middle, and I'm guessing the last cipher machine is that corner where Tuna just hooked towards. Ado's waiting at the exit gate, and KaKaKa probably at the other exit gate. Cipher machines have already been popped and worked on. Hunter is now going to change targets and go towards Ado as the puppeteer for the next chase. Mind you, Puppeteer can tank a detention hit, but he needs to be careful not to get that hot wax, because if he can't tank a detention hit and a hot wax. So it looks like he's heading towards the middle where the dungeon is. We see that 2 survivors are already at the gate. It's the end game situation. They're gonna leave, and the Puppeteer, he needs to use Daunted incredibly well if he wants to make it. And he gets the 100% wax, and he will be down and returned to the manor because they surrendered, and that's a 2-man elimination for the side of AWG. So clarification here, it is the best of 5s, it's not the best of 3s, so round 3 will not determine everything, but it will definitely help whichever team that wins get closer to their goal. We're going to have the Peddler here on Arms Factory going towards the first chase. It's going to be the mechanic, and as we can see, she's absorbed the nature, so now she has the nature vine, which is nature affinity, and it's swiggling through and trying to get closer to this first survivor. Next, it looks like she's going to utilize the mineral affinity. Yes, now she's going to have a chip damage, so the mechanic has to be careful. And this is a time where Peddler just, I believe this is the time Peddler just entered the tournament scene, but I'm not sure. So, wonderful chip and downing this survivor immediately. As you can see, she absorbed 2 of the walls and then she got 2 chip damages. Was able to land both chip damages and down her right away. So an incredibly fast down for the side of this hunter. We can see that the cipher progress is actually very low, even if the bot is out. I mean, bot wasn't really able to decode the entire time because she was very preoccupied, but we can already see the mercenary is coming in for the rescue. We're gonna have a little mini stun on the ground. He's gonna come in for the— oh, not the mercenary, the lucky guy. I was looking at his item and I saw an elbow pad and I thought it was the mercenary, but it was the lucky guy. Because, you know, the names are in a different language and I don't really know what it says. I usually just look at the items. And it looks like— I'm very distracted today. But I don't want to re-record, so she's gonna get metal affinity. She's gonna absorb the metal areas, and now she has metal affinity available. She has a chip damage and she has a nature's affinity. So she has all 3 ready and stacked up. We're gonna have the mechanic go to the chair for the second time, but it was a pretty early rescue, so most likely— oh, that's why they didn't have a lot of cipher progress, because they had the lucky guy and he also wanted to get a mechanic spot. So now there are mechanic spot, lucky guy spot, and then 2 survivors that are possibly decoding. The mercenary is now coming in for the rescue. Hunter's gonna absorb another of the wall, so now he has another chip damage. Ooh, it looks like the mercenary will be taking the hit for this mechanic, and mechanic is heading towards the exit gate area. Ooh, a little bit of bobbing and weaving, and it looks like she is able to avoid the nature's affinity and go towards the corner because a rebound kite is very unlikely. But we can see Cypher Machine suddenly progressing so incredibly well because we were able to have the extra double bots decoding, and mech ciphers are around, I think, 70 or 60. I don't know which one for sure, but Hunter's gonna change to teleport and go to Namiko as the next chase. She's gonna utilize her metal affinity and she's gonna get stunned. Oh, chip damage. A lot of things are going on, and it looks like she is able to get— oh no, she isn't. When did she get damaged? Well, now it's looking incredibly good for the Hunter's side. Gonna utilize the nature's affinity to catch up and leave. Oh, she's gonna go back and pressure the cipher machine where Mko is currently at, also at half health. So whichever survivor she goes, she will be able to down. She's gonna absorb the metal there and get the metal affinity available and ready for this next chase. Mko slowly making his way towards the palace, but he is unfortunately stunned and will be going down. So the next survivor on the chair, they may need to heal up. And now the lucky guy's bot is— if it gets a calibration, it will stop decoding, but it looks like for the time being it isn't getting any calibration. Okay, they just got a calibration. Oh no, oh my goodness, it's the mercenary has picked up the bot from the mechanic. And he's decoding with the mechanic's bot. I was like, why is that light on? But it looks like we're going to have a basement chair, so this is going to be a very hard rescue. AXIZ now has crows on top of that, because he's been utilizing the bot to decode. Last cipher machine at 70%. AXIZ, the only survivor that coming for the rescue is AXIZ because he's a chip damage and he can still tank a hit and a chip damage even if he does get the chip, because he's the mercenary and he has delayed damage. Oh, wonderful job avoiding the chip, but gets the— oh my goodness, he gets the normal hit and then she gets the vine and stuns him, so now he's unable to— he gets the chip and downs him immediately, and that's a 2-man down. They're just gonna pop the cipher machine's endgame situation. Oh, he still gets the rescue because cipher just got popped. But how are they gonna get out of this basement? We're gonna see the mercenary eat the hit. Mko is trying to leave, but the hunter has the vines up and ready, and it looks like she's gonna be catching up very soon. He's at the entrance. Hunter doesn't have enough distance. He's gonna utilize the elbow pad left by the mercenary, and he's hiding behind this. Okay, avoids the chip damage. Flywheels right through. He has one more pallet to work with. He's being very patient. The exit gate is open, so at least one survivor can get away, but looks like he's gonna be able to down this lucky guy, which means she needs to go hurry up and pick up this mercenary. She's gonna absorb this wall so she can make a straight path right down to the basement to pick up this mercenary. And will he be able to get up? It doesn't look like he's able to get up, so mercenary is gonna be chaired. Enchantress is actually going towards the exit gate, so this is looking like a one-man escape for the side of AWG, giving AXIZ the win for round number 3. So AXIZ currently at a 2-round win situation, so they are ahead in the number of round wins. AWG Hunter going against AXIZ Survivors. Currently, the AWG side is down by 1 round win, so getting a round win here will help them quite a lot to tie up the number of round wins. And it looks like it's going to be the Peddler going after Nyan as the first chase, who is the archer. So she's going to go ahead and break this pallet here. She's going to absorb the wall, so now she has a Nature's Affinity, which is the Vine. And she's gonna, oh, she doesn't see her, and she's gonna be dropping right back down. Unable to see the survivor. Okay, it looks like the archer is gonna be dropping down now. Hunter did not see her yet again. Now she's lost track of the survivor. It looks like she does finally see her when she's on the ground. She's gonna utilize the Vine to catch up to the survivor as quickly as possible. She's gonna absorb the wall to go right through instead of having to go through this pallet. As we did get a little stunned by the archer. Hunter did end up waiting it out, but is able to finally get the first hit onto this archer. So she did an amazing job with the hiding and the mind games. A wonderful warp. She's gonna not deny her ability to enter into the Hunter's cottage, but she gets the pallet stun. Hunter's gonna absorb the wall, close the distance once again. She has a chip flywheel and avoids the hit. Now at half health is the basement here. We're gonna check, and it looks like the basement is here, so she can't go down here. She's gonna utilize her back crossbow, back bow, and she's gonna do that back step and is able to avoid the chip damage once again. And yet another chip damage is avoided. She's gonna get this 100% with her stun. Hunter is going to be absorbing this wall here because she thinks that she's going to, ooh, wonderful backstab. Another chip damage is avoided, but will be taking her down here at this pallet. But if you look at the Cypher machines, all 3 Cypher machines are almost primed. So things are looking incredibly good for the side of AXIZ Survivors. They're going to go ahead and pop the most likely the closest Cypher machine to the Hunter so that it can't get blocked off or pressured. But if you can see what a wonderful job the archer did, she backstepped every single chip damage. So every time the Hunter did a chip, she backstabbed it. So it was essentially, she wasted her chip damages, and she has to reabsorb and wait for the cooldowns to happen. And it looks like the wonderful wind push by the meteorologist. And it looks like she's going to be taking a hit here and still getting the rescue with Ty Turner. And Yan still up and running, is completely out of items now. So avoiding those chip damages can be incredibly hard, but she's going to sidestep once again and avoids the chip damage. How is she doing these wonderful mind games? It looks like she's going to go ahead and die in this corner, seeing that there isn't much to work with at this point in time. And she already outlasted Ty Turner. So with no items, it is pretty impressive. We can see that 3 Cypher machines are basically finished. We see the 4th Cypher machine at 65 and the 5th Cypher machine at 51%. And the Gravekeeper will be coming in for this rescue hit outside of his shovel, so that means he loses one of his shovels. And he still has 1 whole shovel to work with, but the Hunter's going to utilize the Vine. Oh, he's trying to get the body block. He gets the body block, and he... Oh my goodness, that was so close. I'm pretty sure the Hunter vined the archer. Okay, we got the body block with the grave inside of his shovel form. He's still trying to body block for the survivor. She sidesteps the stun. They're shuffling around. Oh my goodness. And it looks like the Hunter is going to get the hit onto the Gravekeeper, keeping this archer yet alive. Once again, keep up and running. We have the 4 Cypher machines have been completed. The last one, they just need to get to that Cypher and prime it up and get it too. Okay, this prime Cypher machines pop is the end game situation for survivors. Up and running. AWG needs to at least tie or win this round. I think they have to win because, yeah, they're 1 win down, so... Oh, they have to win this round, but she's going to finally be able to get the Terror Shock and down the survivor. It's looking very hard for AWG at this moment. She's going to be able to finally chair Nyan and return her to the manor. She has teleport up and ready. It's not quite open. It's at 54%. If they want to win this round... Oh wait, this is the first half. So they need to just have the... eliminate as much survivors as possible to make it easier for AWG survivor side. Thankfully, they weren't able to open up that exit gate, so she does still have a chance to at least get a tie. Okay, wonderful Cloud. She's going to get out of the stairs, avoiding the vines. And she's coming back around here to the pallet. Hunter's gonna absorb the wall. She's gonna utilize the vault. It looks like she is gonna be going down here. She doesn't have enough distance, but oh, she just makes it to this window. And she vaults. She gets the chip damage onto this meteorologist. She's hiding behind the walls. Hunter's gonna be absorbing this wall, making that pallet a little useful, and another chip damage downing this meteorologist. However, both exit gates are open, and that's a two-man escape for the side of AXIZ survivors.
先ほどね、こちら相性は非常にいいのかなと思います。唯一指使いが本当に嬉しいですね。
AXIZ Hunter going against AWG survivors. So currently this is round 4, second half, and AXIZ has 2 wins. So if they win this fourth round, that would be a win for AXIZ. If they tie it, they'll have to go to round number 5. So on the side of AWG, they need to make sure that it's only a 2-man elimination, nothing less. Or if they can get more survivors out, that will definitely help on the side of AWG since they are down 1 round. And the first survivor that will be chased is going to be AEZ, who is the escapeologist. Going to utilize his smoke screen right away to confuse the hunter. Hunter's going to be walking right back and running right into the survivor. Is able to get the hit with his misdirection and will be able to take the hit immediately because there's a lot of webs in this area and he has that speed boost. He is trying to make more distance here, gonna utilize his smoke screen once again, gonna utilize this window here and gonna get that pallet vault, but now the hunter knows he's no longer near the smoke screen. We're gonna get the assist from Nameko as the archer, gonna be running up to the 2nd story area and will be dropping down here. The archer waiting right behind the survivor and the hunter trying to work his way around this archer. It looks like she wasn't able to get the hit onto that. We're gonna get the fire investigator's airbag for assistance, but will be going down. And this will be the first chair for the escapeologist. Oh, wonderful stun by this archer, and she's able to keep him alive for a little bit longer, but wonderful blink on the side of KaKaKa, downing him immediately. No injuries are stacked up onto the survivors, but because they were assisting with his kite, that means that the cipher progress is going to be a little lacking in certain cipher machines. But we can see one cipher machine is primed, second one 75, 46, and 6%, and the survivor coming in for the rescue will be most likely... He's moving his camera screen quite fast. Mko, who is the fire investigator. He's going to set up a fire investigator's airbag right next to the chair, but he's going to go in the opposite direction and going to be eating the hit immediately and most likely going towards the corner as far away from the cipher machines and his teammates. Meanwhile, the fire investigator did pick up his airbag once again for better usage later on, and thankfully it's not a double down situation, but cipher progress is starting to look pretty good. We can see that 4 cipher machines are being worked on. Well, actually 3 cipher machines are being worked on. And the hunter will be... Ooh, we're going to utilize him. We're going to see the escapeologist utilizing his escape act where he will change the location of his chair. And we can see that Nameko is getting ready to get this rescue as the archer still has 2 bows and 1 crossbow. And she's able to get the stun. She's body blocking, but gets the hit onto the escapeologist. Hunter's just gonna eat this stun because he has a laceration effect that's over 50, so instead of waiting it out, it's better just to walk, get the stun, and get it over with. And she's gonna be able to bring him to the chair to the chair for the 3rd time. So now the first survivor is back and sent back to the manor, and we can see 3 cipher machines are, 1's completed, 2 are primed, 3rd one 75, 4th one 46, so it's looking a little bit dangerous for the side of AWG. They want to make sure that they get the 3-man escape, because a tie would be, ooh, not even able to throw out his airbag, inflatable airbag, and will be going down. Injuries are stacking up for the side of the survivors, and the basement is here. Oh dear. And the only person that can come in for this rescue is the patient, or they have to wait till they heal up Nameko, but she only has 1 bow left, so that's not much of an option for the side of the survivors. The hunter is going to place a lot of webs here, so if you try to go down, you're going to get slowed down incredibly because all the webs are going to stack up on you, and it looks like the hunter has noticed the wonderful flywheel, and he is able to get the hit, but now he's eating a lot of webs, so he's going to be very slow, and the hunter's going to be setting up new webs here to catch up, and it looks like the hunter is trying to get the we got the airbag to bounce out of this. But it looks like he's going to flywheel, and the hunter's going to be able to get him down with that speed boost, and it looks like the second survivor is going to be chaired once again inside of the basement, and since the patient doesn't have any stun ability, Hunter's going to be getting rid of this. Okay, she's trying to get some. She wants an additional hit onto this patient. He utilizes his hook against the wall, and that does allow him to get away. He's hiding behind this airbag, but Hunter just goes around and downs this survivor. And that's a double down situation for the side of AWG survivors. Looking incredibly hard. Nameko at half health. What can she do at this point? They just had to survive just a little bit longer for Nameko to make it to that 97% Cypher machine, but that ends up not being the case at the moment because she isn't able to make it there in time. Mko is now sent back to the manor. Batoru is on the chair. Hunter checks the dungeon, so now the hunter's aware of where this dungeon is. It's looking like a 4-man elimination. Unless Nameko can utilize that one bow to the best of her ability. I'm not sure what choice she has left. Okay, now we can see Nameko slowly making her way towards the dungeon. She's hiding on top of the wood stockpile. Hunter knows. Hunter sees her. Okay, he's waiting for her to take the swing and come down. And as he's preparing, he's going to throw a lot of webs in this area. Okay, she's not going to utilize the swing. She jumped down. Hunter's going to jump down on this side because a lot of webs are waiting for her here. And the webs just keep stacking. She needs to blink down, and she is eliminated. That's a 4-man elimination for the side of AXIZ Hunter, giving them the round win, and therefore the win for this matchup.
中で打開した決定打になったわけですからね。はい。アクシデブKaKaKa選手。おめでとう。凄まじかったですね。はい。変えられるようなマップのピックとなりました。
改めて出ております。第2マッチからはアンダーブラケットということでダブルエリミネーションとなっている
ということは本日仮に負けたとしても敗退というわけではなく、
ただやはりここでからのスタート。
はい、先ほどのマッチでは第1ではない、
はい、というのでライバルをして
Round 1, first half, ZETA Hunter going against FL Survivors. It will be the Hullabaloo on Leo's memory. And it looks like he is heading towards his first survivor. I think it is FL Cat, who is the Enchantress. But now she's kind of going in a different direction. I don't think he notices exactly where she is, but it does look like he'll finally spot this survivor as she's running towards that pallet. Hunter's getting ready to utilize his clone and get the red bomb onto her right away. And the white bomb with the clone, so she just needs to avoid this black area, but the Hunter is catching up. She is able to throw it on this pallet. Hunter will be breaking this pallet so she can't keep looping around this area as she's transitioning away. The black part of the color wheel is very close, but she's doing a very good job avoiding it for the time being. Gets a wonderful stun in to avoid it a little bit longer, but will eventually get the black bomb onto the survivor because he did utilize his clones, and that helped quite a lot already. The red and white bomb and waiting for the black bomb isn't able to get it quite yet. She's going to dodge for a little bit, but not too long. Is going to be able to chair the survivor for the first time. A very early down on the side of the survivors. We can see the Cypher machines are at 50, 30, and 50. And we can already see Maycan is coming in for the rescue. He is feeding Tinnitus. It is the Gravekeeper, usually the type of rescuer you want to go against a Hullabaloo because he can tank a lot of hits before making it to the chair, which is very helpful for the survivor side. Hunter has Insolence and he already has First Presence. Will be able to get a chip hit on, not a chip hit, an automatic hit onto the Gravekeeper, but he was able to get that rescue right before he was hit again. This is a double down situation. Looking so good for this Hullabaloo right now. He's just waiting for this Enchantress to drop down. Now he's at full presence. And we can see only one Cypher machine has been primed. He has picked up the Enchantress for the second time. This is our second time on the chair. We can see that Morin is finally picking up a page, so they will have more progress than what is shown on the screen. And the Enchantress also does have a 3 stack, so that's a pretty long stun. They may need to come in for this rescue because they don't quite have enough ciphers at this point, or feet to Nidus, so the hunter can't disturb the cipher progress. Mercenary still hasn't gotten up, and the puppeteer is finally making his way towards the chair. Looks like he already has 2 bombs on him. Needs to avoid the black zone. Is going to be going inside of his puppet form to get that rescue, and it looks like he was able to get the immediate hit onto the Enchantress, unable to use her triple stack, so she needs to use it like right before she goes down or something, because because the third time she's on the chair, she'll be returned back to the manor, so she is going to use it right before she expires to just buy like a few more seconds for their team. We can see that the Explorer is picking up his second page, so he will have 100% cipher progress, and now the hunter is going to utilize his warp to make it to the cipher where Mayken is currently working on. It is the Gravekeeper, so he's going to need to have that pallet already thrown down and hide beneath that pallet, and the clone will be trying to get some bombs on him. So far, none has landed, and he's transitioning away from that cipher machine. We can see 6 cipher machines have been touched, but the cipher progress is a little concerning. Hunter is trying to get some additional colored bombs onto the survivor, but is able to hit him out of his shovel, or he came out of the shovel. And will be able to get the immediate down as soon as he leaves the shovel form. And the basement is here. So, basement chair, we have 2 cipher machines. One's completed, one's primed. The third one is at 81, but still not primed. And this is the second survivor on the chair. Katsuki is injured, and Moririn is still holding on to that 49% page, so he's going to finish up that second cipher machine. Third cipher machine's primed. He has 30% of decoding progress, and who's going to come in for this rescue? Warp is on cooldown, so the puppeteer can come for a potential rescue because he can still tank a hit with his puppet form. And the hunter is concentrating pretty hard onto this Explorer. It does look like he is going to chair him. We do see Moririn has finally made it to the basement and is able to get the rescue, but it's an after half rescue. Just in time for the hunter to go right back down to the basement. So things are looking pretty good for Peter here. And it looks like he is able to avoid the hit for now, but wonderful flywheel! But did he still, was he at full health? Kind of getting a little confused here, but it looks like Mayken is once again feeding to Nidus, trying to either, it looks like the hunter has found the Gravekeeper, so it looks like it's going to be another down for the Gravekeeper, but he still has shovel to work with, and it looks like the hunter is trying his best to snipe him out, is able to snipe him out. If he's chaired, he returns right back to the manor, but the question is, does Peter want that 4-man elimination? So is he going to go for that slugging strategy? No, because since he was rescued off the chair, that means now he can just go for the slugging strategy and be completely fine. Hunter's going to utilize the warp, close the distance right away, and he will be running right into the puppeteer. Wonderful job getting the hit inside of his puppet form. And he is able to get that vault because he's still pretty safe in his form. Hunter's going to utilize trapeze and get the down onto him right away. 4 cipher machines have been completed, one's primed, and the last cipher machine stuck at 40% on both of the last 2 cipher machines. Moririn is hiding. Not sure if he picked up his 3rd page, but it would be very useful if he had more pages left. He may have to go and quickly pop that 99% cipher machine, because since there are less players on the field, having to travel just to pop that cipher machine can be quite a nuisance. However, we do still have self-heal left on this puppeteer. And Hunter is looking for this Explorer. He may have to use this double surprise to see the location of this survivor, but it doesn't look like he plans on using it quite yet. He's going to be checking all the corners of this map. It looks like the Explorer wants the puppeteer just to bleed out or either heal right before and then go for that dungeon escape. Not a lot of options left for the side of the survivors. Hunter is slowly closing in. He's right next to him, and it looks like he does spot him out since the camera angle. No, he does not. He does not spot him. Oh my goodness. Oh, wonderful. Hiding on the side of this explorer. Katsuki is about to bleed out. Actually, not really. He still has quite some time. The problem is Moririn has to go all the way to the dungeon. Tinnitus is still being triggered. He's going to utilize his double surprise to look for... Nope, no bombs have been landed onto this explorer. He expects him to be in this very far corner. But he is not. Jumping over, checking every single shrub of grass. Still nowhere to be found, but the question is, how is the explorer gonna make it all the way to the dungeon? Katsuki is most likely primed in healing, but he may just choose to bleed out, depending on whether the hunter is able to find the explorer or not. Moririn is starting to make a move. Oh no, it looks like the hunter did find him. And he will be going after the survivor next, and since the hunter has found the explorer, the puppeteer will be healing themselves. Hunter will be bringing the explorer closer to Katsuki to delay the slugging method, and it looks like he will just be chairing the explorer and finding the puppeteer because it is the first chair for the explorer. He's going to close the distance once again, utilizing his warp and utilize the clone to see in which direction the puppeteer is currently hiding. He sees the blood trails on the ground, and now he's able to start landing the bombs onto the survivor. He's to avoid the white zone. Hunter's just waiting to be able to rotate his color wheel or utilize his clones, and is able to snipe him down, and that's a 4-man elimination for Zeta. FL Hunter going against Zeta survivors. It will be Peddler on Leo's memory. In the first half of round 1, we did see Zeta's Hunter get that 4-man elimination, so just to tie up round 1, FL's Hunter also has to get that 4-man elimination. Anything less than that is going to be a win for round 1 to Zeta. And it looks like she will be heading towards Shack, where she will be running into her first survivor, Havnetu, as the Knight. He does have that 3 helmets to work with. We're going to get an absorption here, so she has Nature's Affinity and Mineral Affinity. He's going to utilize his predicts. He gets it wrong. Hunter is going to utilize her chip. Ooh, and gets the chip hit onto the survivor. Unable to get both of the predictions correct. He's going to be leaving the shack and hiding behind this pallet. Was able to get it thrown down in time, and he's going to loop this area. Cypher machines, we have 4 Cypher machines with progress, but only 3 of the Cypher machines are moving, and it looks like she was able to not... Oh, he got his first prediction right. She's going to put a hole in the wall. Now she has a chip damage. She's going to go right through. She has closed the distance. He's going to flywheel to the pallet. He's not able to throw down this pallet, so he's out in the open. She's going to get chip damage, and is able to down the survivor for the first time. We can see Cypher machines at 60, 50, 40, so this is a pretty early down on the side of this Peddler, so good pressure so far. We do see Shinami has wanted order, so the Hunter knows where the airplanist is. He is one of the rescuers with Ty Turner, including the Knight, who also has Ty Turner, but now that he's chaired, it's going to be a little bit of a tricky situation. The Hunter is going to absorb the metal, so now she has Metal Affinity available, and she's also blocking off that Cypher machine. And now that Shinami's wanted order is gone, she can slowly start approaching this chair, but it's going to have to be an after-half rescue because he's just not close enough. Hunter's going to also absorb the objects in the area so that she does have double chip damages and 1 Metal Affinity to work with. Shinabi now making his way towards the chair. He doesn't want to wait too long, and he also doesn't want to go through the pallet because it's a very narrow area, therefore highly likely to get a chip damage, but is able to sidestep that chip. And a little bit of mind games here. Still has a lot of time. Hunter's going to utilize the stun and is able to grab him and get the chip damage. Oh my goodness, things are piling up. Is going to take the normal hit and get the rescue before he expires with Tide Turner. Hunter is right behind this knight, is going to utilize Metal Affinity to catch up to the survivor incredibly quickly and down him immediately. We can see that 4 Cypher machines are almost 4 Cypher machines are almost primed up, so Cypher progress is looking incredibly good. They just went ahead and popped the second Cypher machine, primed up the remaining 2. They just need the last Cypher machine, but the first survivor is going to be returning to the manor. And unfortunately, he also will not be able to utilize his Tide Turner. We do see that the hunters in some instances do like to chase the rescuers to just get rid of that one Tide Turner. So they are risking the fact that chasing rescuers may be hard and may take a very long time, but if they do down them, it actually really does pay off. And you can see even the after half rescue really paid off because they don't quite have that last Cypher machine. But at the same time, this FL Hunter needs to get that 4-man elimination, and it's not looking like a 4-man elimination. So the survivors, on the other hand, they decide to sell and not to over support a survivor when they could at least secure 1-man or 2-man escape. It does look like the hunter is going to be running into Kazuneku as the next chase as the archer. She's going to utilize her Nature's Affinity, utilize the Vine, isn't able to get the stun onto the survivor, but she does have a chip and another Nature's Affinity to work with. 2 Nature Affinity to work with, and we see the we're going to be taking a hit here. Did have the laceration effects around 50%, but she's going to wait that out and make it 0 so that she can chase without getting stunned. She's going to now use her Vine to hurry up and catch up to this survivor, and the bow is going to be ready and immediately lands onto the survivor hunter, and she will be waiting it out, and that allows KZNK to transition back inside the factory, buying so much time. Now she's going to go to the Cypher so that they can't pop it at the opportune moment. Let's see, he wasn't able to get that chip damage onto the, oh yes he was, and it looks like he's at 75% damage, and she's being very patient here and is able to down the survivor. Aside from she's our pop, it's endgame situation, 3 survivors up and running. It's looking like a tie situation. You can see she's going to utilize her Vine once again to try and catch up to this survivor, is able to get the stun onto him and down him immediately. But she did just use teleport to make it to that last Cypher machine, so teleport is on a 63% cooldown, and it's the first chair for this aeroplanist. She's going to utilize her Vine once again to move across the map fairly quickly. They're both at the exit gate. It is at 50%. Will they be able to open up in time is the question. I believe they will be able to because she is just walking and she's just waiting for the vines. And we can see that an elbow pad was just used, and she's trying to get another Vine but not fast enough, and that allows the 2 survivors to escape, giving the win to round 1 to ZETA. ZETA's Hunter going against FL Survivors. It is going to be the opera singer on Dark Woods. She's going to be heading towards her first survivor, who is at the corner making her way around the edge, and it's going to be Katsuki, who is the lucky guy. She sees the blood trails, but she also sees the main body. He has 1 pocket watch to utilize. He's making his way towards the second story where he can utilize that swing and gain distance, and that was going to force the hunter to get out of her shadow form. But she can just go stop right in because she's opera singer, and it looks like he is able to make it all the way to this pallet and drop it down. He's transitioning to the next middle area where there are no survivors in the vicinity, and it looks like that Cypher machine was locked. He's going to utilize his item, one and only item, because he is the lucky guy. Hunter's just gonna leave him so that his item will run out and then she can just get a free no item survivor. Ooh, but is able to get the hit on him because he just used a pocket watch right in front of her, so then she realized, she saw the the little effects and she was able to get the hit onto him. Initially, now no items left. Hunter's gonna have to drop down. She's gonna go back to her remnant, but he's doing a very good job staying away from the Hunter and her remnant. He's gonna be going around here, but okay, flywheel, he is able to get the swing off. Hunter's gonna utilize warp, but it's on the bottom and he dropped down, so that was perfect for the Hunter. Is able to down him immediately. However, Cypher progress is looking pretty decent. We got one at 95, 65, and 72, so pretty average. And usually Opera Singer, it is hard to kite longer, but as the survivors get used to it, it seems like they do much better each time. But it looks like we're gonna have Morin who has a wanted order that has just disappeared, and she is coming in for this rescue. And if we can look, she does have an item. I think it's the cloud to make it to the chair, or okay, change it to the wind. And the Hunter is going to be pushed back right into the lucky guy. Was that a part of their plan to stop the double down situation and just get a hit onto the lucky guy because he has Tide Turner anyways, or was it kind of a mistake to push him right into the lucky guy? We're not sure, but at least the meteorologist is still only at half health and not safe inside the double down situation. We can see the second Cypher machine is prime, and the third and fourth Cypher machine has some progress. Second chair for the lucky guy, but he was most likely rescued before half. So they can just keep buying more time by getting this rescue. Morin getting the wanted order once again. However, feeding tinnitus is another survivor whose name hasn't quite been revealed, and she's just not looking Maycan. So it's going to be the first officer coming in for the rescue. He's going to utilize his pocket watch so he can approach the chair. Hunter is not quite able to locate where the survivor is, and he's doing a very good job dodging here and is able to make it to the chair. Hunter's going to swing, get that free rescue, get that body block as well, allowing the lucky guy to transition and still be alive for the time being. But Hunter, catching up so incredibly fast, is going to get the immediate hit onto Katsuki, and that will be his last moment because after Tide Turner he will be returning back to the manor. And we don't see much. Okay, we do see harass. We see FL Cat here to harass and try to prolong the life of this lucky guy. Is able to take a hit right away, so she's kind of in a little tricky spot here, but she's not leaving. We do see the fourth Cypher machine completed, the last Cypher machine at 91%. Things are looking great for FL. Is able to get the stun. She downs the survivor once again, another 51%, and she's just taking him to the chair because she can make it without the laceration effects. Oh, Cypher machines have already popped. Ooh. When did that happen? Probably happened after she dropped the survivor and then they popped the Cypher machine and then hit him right away is what I'm guessing. We're gonna see the exit gate is being opened. It's at 88%. Morin, you have to leave. She's gonna flywheel. She makes it to the pallet. Oh no, she doesn't. She flywheeled too early. Hunter was patient. Maycan's trying to open up this exit gate, and the exit gate is open. He does have his watch, so he can take a little bit of a hit. Oh my goodness, what is going? He left, but Morin unfortunately will not be able to leave. The opposite exit gate is currently being opened up by Cat. 60%. First chair for Morin. Hunter's going to check where the dungeon is. Exit gate is open, so this is a two-man escape for the side of FL survivors.
ちゃんと最速オペラに対して間に合うラインっていうのを当然そのユニスカイの確信を呪いが分散されるんで、その他の暗号機の巻き込みとかを考えるんだったら呪術師とかの方に行った方です。
FL Hunter going against ZETA Survivors. It is going to be the Dream Witch on Dark Woods. It looks like she's going to be heading for Shinami first, who is the Witch Trunk. I can't see it. It is the Gravekeeper, so not your most ideal survivor because he can tank quite a lot of hits, but it does look like the Hunter's gonna leech him, so she is going to commit to the survivor. This leech is gonna have to break this pallet, and he's gonna be hiding behind the next pallet, which the Hunter will be breaking. He has to come out of his shovel at this point because he does need to throw down those pallets. Is going to be hit out of his pallet shovel and is going to be able to transition yet again. The leech is kind of going towards the mechanic's bot. Not sure if it is going to continuously pressure that character, I mean the bot, is going to be hit out of his leech. Oh, on the other side there's another leech waiting for him, but attack recovery, so he is able to get some distance, but he will get hit. However, now he has quite a lot of distance away from the leech and his main follower. The main body now coming to bring her leech, main follower leech. It gets confusing. It's going to re-infect the Shinami Gravekeeper. Right. He has no items left and he's slowly being sandwiched. We're going to blink from the and the terror shock, downing him and putting him back to the chair for the first time. However, cyber machines are spread out, but that is because we have the bot out during the game, which is the mechanics. Just making sure that it's not a lucky guy and there isn't like a lucky guy bot. And it looks like the first cypher machine has been primed up. Hunter is going to be leeching Hametu next as the Weeping Clown. He does also have Tide Turners, so as long as he can get this rescue safely before half, that's gonna definitely buy enough time for the side of the survivors. Wonderful stun with the rocket. He is able to get that rescue free of any injuries. Hunter wants to get an injury onto the survivor. Wonderful flywheel, yet avoids another injury, so no injury rescue. However, the sandwiches situation is coming and it looks like the Gravekeeper will be going down. Oh, he survived for a little bit longer. Oh, but he will be running into the survivor because he was sandwiched. He was just gonna keep vaulting. Okay, cypher progress looking pretty good. If one survivor though is sent back to the manor, they might have to start a sixth cypher machine because it's very tricky. Same thing with Dreamwitch, same thing with Ivy. Looks like she's going to be bringing him to the chair for the second time, and it is going to be around the exit gate. Ooh, immediate rescue here. Immediate stun with the rocket as well. So, and unfortunately he won't be able to get very far because that was a very small, short stun because it's the Weeping Clown's rocket. But that also did allow the survivors to get yet another no damage rescue. So that really works in favor of the survivors. That means they don't have to waste any time healing each other up. And they just need to prime up those ciphers. They have all 5 cypher machines. They just need to prime them up, and it looks like the Hunter's going to be utilizing Blink and will be going after KZ and K for the next chase. We also have one of the leeches following the Weeping Clown. He is safely out of the building. Hunter's going to be getting rid of that extremely useful pallet. The dungeon is not here. It is at the Toxic River. She's going to be breaking even more pallets and so forcing the survivors to kite in different areas. We see there is a 6th cypher that is being started because this is a Dreamwitch and she has quite a lot of map pressure. So they're just going to play this slow. They're going to go around and slowly decode each one of these cypher machines. And it looks like the Hunter will be losing her target for the time being, and she's back on the Enchantress, is able to blink and get the hit onto the Enchantress. Now she has no leeches on the map. The main body, however, is near the Enchantress and is able to re-leech the Enchantress. And it looks like she's sending... Well, let's see. The main body's leech is on the main body's follower. Leech is on the Enchantress. Was able to get that stun on her. She has 2 more stuns. Oh, but the blink, and will be able to finally down the second survivor. We can see that. Wow, a lot of cypher progress. They just need to start finishing up. We can see that 2 cypher machines have been. Well, one's finished, one's primed, and the 3rd one is also will be primed. The 4th one is at 87, and the 5th one is at 76. Okay, we get another wonderful stun by the Weeping Clown, allowing KZ and K to get away. However, the pallet there has been destroyed, so it does look like, wonderful stun. Hunter's gonna blink right through. Wonderful flywheel. She does make it to this pallet, and she walks right through, expecting the Hunter to swing. And now we see that the bot is trying to make it to that cypher machine. Hunter has seen this bot and is going to snuff him very soon. Very soon. The bot is being sandwiched. And we'll finally be able to get rid of this bot. We have 2 leeches, one on KZ and Ki and one on Hametu. We got a down on KZ and K. Three Cypher machines have now been finished. Hunter will be leeching. I think she just releached KZ and K. And we can see the mechanic is coming in for the rescue. Okay, fourth Cypher machine just has been completed. Last Cypher machine at 76 and one at 57%. Dolisu being very careful getting this rescue here. They want to try and prime up that Cypher machine, but the Weeping Clown has gotten rid of his leech before he goes to finish up that Cypher machine. She's going to take a hit and she's going to be able to get the rescue before she expires. The Enchantress is going and changing the elevation, is able to get the swing. The leech is waiting for her on the bottom, and the hunter will be infecting Dolisu. So now the mechanic is also infected, and there are 3 infected survivors all around the map, and they're still unable to prime up that last Cypher machine. Hunter is still unable to find her target. It looks like she will be running into Hametu. Ooh, 2 leeches have been removed. Looks like they are working on getting rid of it. Okay, Dolisu trying to get rid of his leech on the second story of the hunter's cottage. Will be dropping down. Hunter dropping down right next to her, and she will be possibly able to make it to this pallet. Yes, she is, and unfortunately she walks right past, and so does her follower, and is able to down the mechanic. However, last Cypher machine's primed, it's popped, it's engaged situation. Mechanic does not have borrowed time, so she is still on the ground, allowing the main body to get releech her and chair her, essentially. And the 2 survivors are both on the opposite exit gates, while the hunter is able to chair the mechanic. Okay, we see one of the leeches are near Hametu, who is at the Toxic River, and KZNK is opening at that exit gate. It's around 40%. It looks like she will be committing to the... Nope. The hunter is going towards KZNK, but that exit gate's almost open. Okay, she's trying to cut off Hametu from making it to the exit gate. She is trying to bring her leech with her, but the Enchantress is here, and she has a 3-stack. She's gonna... Oh my goodness! She flywheeled! Hunter blinked, but she flywheeled, and then she used the stun, and then they were able to get the 2-man escape, and that ties up round 1, giving ZETA the win for round 1, tying up round 2. I meant to say round 2. FL Hunter going against ZETA Survivors. It is going to be Ivy on Ever Sleeping Town. This is round 3, first half. In round 1, we got ZETA getting the advantage point by winning, and in round 2 they have tied. So in round 3, FL really needs to get at least 1 round win to help them in the later rounds. So a lot of pressure is on this FL Hunter, and it looks like he's going to be infecting the coordinator as the first target. Has 64 corruption on her, and she's transitioning to the triple pallet here. But gets 100% corruption and is able to injure her right away. We see progress on all 5 Cypher machines, because we do have the Feral Lady, and if she touches a Cypher machine, it's an immediate 10% decoding progress. So that just helps when she's transitioning. She shouldn't touch a new Cypher machine and then just get that immediate 10%. And the coordinator did a very good job. Ooh, and you're gonna have a little bit of Cypher pressure by infecting the... Ooh, and we're gonna get... so many things are happening. We're gonna get the stun while she's in this alleyway, so it's very hard for her to avoid it. Oh, she's gonna be teleporting away to Shinami and getting the immediate hit onto the mercenary. So a little bit of target change here, and she's gonna teleport right back to the pallet where she can concentrate on Hametu once again. So injuring the rescuer, so it makes it hard for the survivors to cover that rescue. They have to spend time either healing or they have to send someone else. And it looks like Shinami is being healed by the cloud of the meteorologist, so that is one way to counteract and continue to decode. It looks like she's going to be able to chair the coordinator for the first time. Now she's out of items. We can see 2 Cypher machines have been completed. Not completed, they have been primed, and Dolisu is cutting across the middle and is touching that middle Cypher machine. Will be infected right away. Shinami is back at full health, and it does look like he's coming in for this rescue. Oh, we see the Pharaoh Lady took the Cypher progress away from that Cypher machine near Fake Gate. We did see that wonderful rescue by the mercenary, and he's obviously just going to go ahead and leave. Hunter is still very closely towards Hametu. Will be able to infect him once again, get the free hit here outside of the graveyard, and will be able to chair once again. KZNK's Cypher machine is there, so he does have to be a little careful, and it looks like Hunter will be infecting the meteorologist's Cypher machine, and will also be chairing this coordinator near that Cypher, so now they're not going to be able to work on that Cypher. And it looks like she's gonna go infect Shinami once again and the ghost once more, so she's going to Dolisu as well. So a lot of tablets all around this map that she can teleport to. KZNK is looking and waiting to get the rescue. Oh, immediate teleport to the mercenary, is able to get the hit onto this mercenary, and it looks like she's gonna go right back towards the chair and get the, let's see, it's going to be the meteorologist is able to get the rescue and 100% corruption, but KZNK is not the chase target, and it looks like she is able to get out of graveyard, but once again there isn't much place that she can go to. She's out in the open. She does have Tide Turner, so that's going to buy a lot of time. They are going to, oh, Hametu is going to finish up that Cypher machine at the corner so that the survivors don't have to take a long trip all the way over here. And we can see 2 Cypher machines are primed, 1 Cypher machine is completed, so they have their 4th Cypher machine around 65, 5th Cypher machine around 60, and an extra Cypher machine at 44%. Hametu will be going back to the manor as it was her 3rd chair. And the hunter is just keeping tabs on all the Cypher machines. 2 Cypher machines still need to be primed. We have Dolisu working at that Fake Gate Cypher. Middle, there's nobody here. And it looks like Shinami is at the corner house, the old geisha house. Unable to find a target. No tinnitus being triggered. It does look like she is going to be able to see the Cypher machine shaking from afar, and will be able to finally find her next target. It is going to be the mercenary, infected right away. Mercenary at only 18% corruption, going to utilize his elbow pad and get out of there as quickly as possible. Almost got hit by a tram there, but did sidestep that and was very careful. Ghost is going towards KZNK. Ooh, blink hit and is able to down her next victim. It is going to be the mercenary, and it's going to die far away in the corner to give the survivors a little more decoding time. Ghost still hasn't met KZNK. 4th Cypher machine has been completed, and last Cypher machine is at 93, so it's looking pretty good for the side of the survivors. The Ghost is interrupted by the tram here, but it doesn't look like it can do much. It's going to infect and teleport right to KZNK, but that last Cypher is primed. See if they're going for the rescue. Dolisu's going in for the rescue. They're playing this safe. They're playing this very slow. They're going to be dropping down right away. Hunter isn't going to be leaving Kazineko because the last Cypher machine is here, is able to get the 100% corruption and take a hit. Still a cooldown on the leech, so she can't re-leech the survivor quite yet, and that's going to allow him to pop that last Cypher machine without the tablet being near the meteorologist. So as the hunter is changing targets and going and checking the exit gates, Cypher machines will be popped. Dolisu is opening up that exit gate at 33%, going to be infected right away. Hunter's going to recall the ghost, place it on this exit gate, and teleport to the corner house exit gate. No, she's not. She's not leaving. Interesting. Okay, she is leaving now, but she teleported to the tablet that's at corner house and not the exit gate. Interesting. And it looks like Dolisu will be taking this kite as the Pharaoh Lady, but because she has those sticks, it's going to be a little hard to determine where she's going at. Oh, she used a stick once again, and she misled the hunter, going in the wrong direction. Dolisu hiding behind the building, and Shinami trying to approach the gate, but will be infected once again. They have to wait out detention. Okay, the hunter is going to be able to infect the Pharaoh Lady and is able to down her, but both the ghost and the main body is now at the corner house. She's going to teleport to graveyard to try and get to that exit gate. Shinami is going to get off of that exit gate once again. Hunter's going to recall the ghost and teleport back to the Pharaoh Lady because she needs to chair the survivor. KZNK is now going to that corner house. exit gate.
起きられたとしてもとりあえずゲートを開けられないように
And
守
it
るの
looks
か
like
なと思っ
Shinami's
たん
trying
で
to
すけど
touch. Both exit gates are being worked on, but the hunter can't do anything yet until he chairs Dolisu. Is able to finally chair Dolisu. As soon as she chairs Dolisu, both the survivors leave the exit gate because she can teleport right away. She's going to recall the ghost and have it guard Dolisu while the main body goes to hunt. Okay, never mind. She's going to infect him and make sure there's a tablet near Dolisu. And then she's going to go for a hunt. Looks like she ran into KZNK.
飛ばせますね
She's going to be teleporting right to this meteorologist. Meteorologist is not able to get that vault because we got the blink coming in and things are looking a little dangerous here. It looks like the survivors are getting rid of the tablet first and then getting the rescue off onto the Pharaoh lady, so that allows the hunter, that doesn't allow the hunter to teleport to them right away. And Dolisu is once again working on that gate. It's at 70% and we see the mercenary is... Yeah, it is the mercenary, right? He picked up a pocket watch, I'm guessing, and he's going to be coming in for the rescue for KZNK because detention is now over and mercenary can tank 2 hits. And it's also going to be a before half rescue. Hunter's just going to go ahead and hit the mercenary. They're going to get that rescue. Both survivors up and running, the ghost guarding the opposite exit gate and the main body at the graveyard exit gate. Gonna play a little bit of mind games here. The backlight trick isn't able to catch the meteorologist off guard. Fair Lady now approaching the exit gate, but all 3 survivors are at half health, so Hunter really needs to decide which survivor he will be trying to down and how much of the gate he's going to have to protect. Okay, the main body has now teleported to Cornell's exit gate where he'll be going after Dolisu, but Dolisu is in his invisible form at the moment and he's going to be riding the tram and they're going to be opening up that graveyard exit gate at 45% and the hunter is going to be recalling the ghost and teleporting to the graveyard. Okay, not quite there. Near fake gate, she's going to be seeing Kazuneko caught around the middle of this map. Shinami a little far off from the exit gate, and the ghost is now leaving this exit gate. Well, no, she's gonna see KZNK, and it looks like she'll be able to infect the next survivor. Oh, and teleport to her immediately. 98% corruption, so not quite there. Dolisu now making her way and destroying this tablet. The hunter is being very... She's doing a very good job multitasking, but the survivors are starting to get the upper hand here because she can't really commit to one of the survivors. Exit gate has been opened by the Pharaoh Lady, and Shinami is opening up this 60% exit gate, but the hunter is able to down KZNK. Shinami may have to leave here. He needs to... Okay, it's almost open. He has that pocket watch, so he may fake the leave and then come right back, but the ghost is waiting for this survivor. He does see the blood trail, so it looks like she will be able to leech the survivor eventually and is able to teleport to him immediately. Is going to be taking the hit and he's going to be running to Dolisu, but he's not going to be able to make it in time. He's going to go down. The hunter, however, is going to make sure that he can also chair KZNK, so he's going to infect him, and it looks like, oh, she's going to teleport to him. That's allowing the mercenary to possibly crawl, but she's too far away, and I think she knows that, so now the ghost is going towards the mercenary. Okay, the main body is actually trying to find the mercenary. She sees the Pharaoh Lady instead and uses the cane to make it look like she's going for the chair rescue, allowing the mercenary to try and crawl out the exit gate. But is Pharaoh Lady going to be able to make it? That's the question. Blink is up. Oh no, this is not looking good. Oh, Hunter is going to blink and she's going to... Oh, flywheel! And she's able to get the rescue off onto KZNK, and the Dolisu will be down, but KZNK has opened up this exit gate. Hunter doesn't have blink, so now she's going to try and stop this survivor, but he's out, and so is the mercenary crawling out, and that's a 2-man escape on the side of ZETA. Amazing job on the side of the survivors, turning this game around. ZETA's Hunter going against FL survivors. It will be Anne on Ever Sleeping Town. Right now, this is round 3, second half. ZETA does have the advantage because they have a round win, and if the hunter Mkmldy can get a more 2-man elimination or 3-man elimination, they will have a 2-round win. And on the side of FL, they need to get the round win, so they need to get as much survivors out as possible. Wonderful stun by the coordinator. Gonna be waiting till the hunter enters this alleyway where she can't hide behind any objects. Is going to get that opportune moment and strike and get the stun, and is able to transition out. It does look like she's looking at the ground for her persona web traits, and she is able to finally land the cat onto the survivor. We can see that she is being spectated by the seer owl, and she will get the jump. She's going to get stunned, and the seer owl will be coming in for the body block. She's going to be hiding behind these pallets. Hunter's going to go ahead and break it so she can't keep looping around this area. She is forced to throw down this one pallet, and the cats are once again ready. They are able to land onto the survivor. She jumps to her. She's stunned, so she will be taking a hit here for the first time. She's going to go towards the outside, the back of the building. And she's trying to continuously... Ooh, it looks like the tram is actually here, and the cats actually do land onto her. And the hunter's trying to get to the next stop before the tram arrives, and... will the cat still be on there? We'll have to see. Okay, the tram has now arrived. The cats are gone, so now the hunter's going to be recatting the survivor. It has landed on. She's going to utilize her jump. She's stunned, and she will be going down. But as you can see, a lot of cipher progress. We see one cipher machine has been completed, the second one is primed, and the third one's at 72, so it will be primed pretty soon. But it looks like Morin is feeding tinnitus and waiting to come in for that rescue. He is the airplanist with Ty Turner, and he can utilize that jetpack to get to the chair pretty quickly. They are starting on their 4th and 5th cipher machines, and the hunter has now caught the airplanist, so he might be utilizing his jetpack sometime soon. He's baiting it. Okay, being very patient, is going to be utilizing his jetpack to rise to his jetpack to fly, and then he's going to be taking the hit and is successfully able to get the rescue without a double down situation. She's going to get an immediate hit onto the coordinator because the coordinator is running out in the open, most likely trying to transition away from the survivors, and the cipher machines will be going down. But cipher progress is looking great. She's going to go down here in this corner, and the basement is not in this area, it is in the corner house. So she's going to be cheering her outside of the graveyard. We also see that Wildling can definitely come in for this rescue. He also has Ty Turner, so that can buy quite a lot of time, and we can see the ciphers are progressing incredibly well. It looks like Maycan is going to be coming in for this rescue. He is stunned by the cats, but he is on his boar, so it's not too much of an issue for him at the moment, and he's made his way to the chair. So now she's going to recall the cats to the chair, or does she stop? Okay, it looks like she's just going to hit the boar and hit him out of the boar. He is able to get the rescue and the stun right away, and so it is a down to the coordinator once again. But with this Ty Turner, they are able to have that 3-man endgame situation. Last cipher machine still at 58%. She's going to die at a far corner, making the hunter bring her all the way back to the chair, but it looks like, okay, last cipher is at 72%. First survivor is back on the, is going to go back to the manor. We have 2 healthy survivors and 1 half-health survivor, so things are looking incredibly good for the side of FL. We can see cipher machines are primed, 2 survivors are working on it, and they're just going to go ahead and pop. The ANS trait is on cooldown, and it's around 29 seconds. And it looks like they're all running towards the gate, but the problem is the hunter's running towards this gate as well, and she has detention. Okay, he didn't get hit by the tram. That's a good thing. The exit gate's open. The cats are she's gonna hit, and she's gonna down the aeroplanist. He's gonna crawl. Survivors are now going towards the opposite exit gate, and suddenly what was looking like a very good advantage for the survivors is suddenly looking very bad. The Wildling can get out, but he needs to buy enough time for Cat to open up that exit gate. I mean, it's still looking like a tie. I don't think she's going to leave. She has abnormal. Trump card has already been used, so there isn't any endgame trait for this ANS, so they're just going to wait till Cat opens up that opposite exit gate, and then the Wildling is going to leave. Not much the hunter can do. She could possibly jump towards the wildling, but he's just going to leave as soon as the cats come close by. The exit gate's open, and that's a 2-man escape for the side of FL survivors. Round 4, first half, Zeta's Hunter going against FL Survivors. We had the round win for Zeta in round 1. We got a tie in round 2 and tie in round 3. As long as Zeta can keep up the advantage of having the win, they shouldn't be a problem till round number 5, since it is the best of 5s. But we'll have to see. On the side of FL, there's a lot of pressure for them to at least get 1 round win, and it looks like Cat will be the first survivor chased as the anti-courier. We're going to use the vine, and it is going to latch onto the survivor because she was kind of out in the open and is going to be able to get the hit. She did also have a chip hit, I believe, and so she is at 75% damage. She still has a lot of stick to work with, trying to mind game the survivor. She is able to transition to the pallets. We have 3 pallets here that are pretty strong, and the hunter is trying to get the stun and isn't able to get the stun, but get the vine stun and is able to down the survivor incredibly quickly in the beginning of this game. Cyber Machine's at 60, 20, and 40%, so she is a relatively new hunter, and there are lots of tricks that the survivors may not be as used to going against, and that might have been one of the reasons why we've been seeing Peddler getting very fast downs. But I feel like as time goes by and survivors get more used to going against this hunter, they will do a much better job with their kites, I think. But it looks like, ooh, wonderful job going to, ooh, but was, okay, so much things happened there. He was stunned by the vines, and he still did get the rescue. Thankfully, it's not a double down situation, so that's the positive aspect of this rescue, and it was most likely before half, I wasn't sure. But we have, they're trying to catch up on the cipher decoding. We have 1 completed. We see the anti-courier just sticking around here so that she will be, oh, we're gonna create a hole in the wall so she can chair inside of second story, which is one of the cipher machines that they were currently working on. I'm not sure if they finished, but she also did use the metal affinity to block off that cipher machine. Katsuki now does have 1 in order, but she's not coming in for the rescue. Morarin is as the little girl. 3 cipher machines are being primed. She's going to utilize that page to push away. Did not. Oh, terror shock! Oh no! She used the page to push the hunter away, but okay, it looks like he's gets a hit onto the patient. Blink! Oh my goodness, another terror shock. Okay, we have 1 survivor already sent back to the manor, 2 survivors terror shocked, and now the little girl is being chaired. The patient still has to get up, is around 50% in healing. Hunter has 2 vines, 2 chips, 1 metal affinity. I think the most that she can hold is 5, so it looks like she's going to be picking up the patient as well. Maycan's the only survivor decoding the second cipher machine. Okay, she's just gonna go ahead and chair the survivor because dungeon isn't even available at the moment because they haven't popped the second cipher. Okay, Hunter's gonna utilize the vine to get closer to Maycan. She sees where the survivor is. He's right in between the little girl and the patient. If you're gonna go rescue someone, most likely should be the patient because he has a more likely rebound kite ability. Maybe he should have just popped that second cipher machine so that dungeon would appear. Okay, Maycan's just waiting. He's just waiting this out. You need to pop the cipher. He has a possibility to get dungeon because he is the mercenary, but okay, he is waiting for Katsuki to return to the manor. So now he has to run back to the cipher machine, pop it, and then look for the dungeon. Okay, it looks like he wasn't able to get the vine. Hunter is going to be blocking off the cipher machine. Another chip damage, but he was patient. Metal Affinity, he's gonna utilize his elbow pad. Oh, he can't pop it because of the... he blocked it. Okay, oh my goodness. And immediately chip damage down, and that is a 4-man elimination for the Zeta Hunter.
で遅くなって触るのも若干遅れてしまうというパワーがありますからね。ありますね。
より触る入りですね。はい。一応選べるというところに一発は一等
FL Hunter going against Zeta Survivors as Opera Singer on Moonlit River Park. The issue FL has right now is they need a round win, but they haven't been able to get one. Zeta has 1 round win. They tied round 2, tied round 3. So in order to have more security right now, FL needs to tie round 4. And the reason why I say tie and not win is because the Zeta Hunter was able to get that 4-man elimination. So the only thing FL Hunter can do right now is tie. And that was the issue we had in the first round where Peter got the 4-man elimination and FL Hunter was not able to do it. So a lot of pressure on FL right now as he's going to be going after KZNK for his target. He did chase someone else in the beginning, I believe, and the bubble is going to be available for the first 50 seconds of the match, so she's going to be taking her time. Oh, and she's going to be leaving. Interesting. Oh, she's going to take the hit, and then she's going to... Why did she do that? This is very interesting. If she just takes the roller coaster, Hasha can just ride the roller coaster with him. So what he's going to do, he's going to bait her, go out, take the hit. Now that she's on attack recovery, then he's going to take the roller coaster. That way the opera singer can't ride the roller coaster with him. And why is this so essential? It's because second stop has already been pressed, and now he's made it all the way to third stop. So great planning on the side of the Zeta Survivors. It's very important to have a very long kite in a big map because there's so many issues in big maps. You have to travel the entire map. Hunter will see you coming, and Wonderful Bubble will be eating the hit, so still at half damage, unable to down the Survivor. First Cypher Machine has been completed. She's gonna flywheel, but the Hunter does still get the down, and still a relatively... Well, they finished 1 Cypher Machine, and 2 Cypher Machines are kind of in the middle, so it's like a pretty... If we level up the Cypher decoding, that's a pretty average kite. The reason we can see 1 Survivor with more lacking is because there is a rescuer, and on top of that, we're going to use the abnormal and make that a 0%. Okay, Hasha has to play very aggressively here. He needs to get that 4-man elimination. Hametu coming in for the rescue, going to utilize the airbag, push the Hunter away, and utilize it as a dash to make it closer to the chair. He's going to take the... Oh my goodness, he didn't get any hit onto the fire investigator. Free rescue. And on top of that, KZNK's just running out in the wild, still not able to get a hit. Oh my goodness, is going to be able to finally get a hit onto the Gardener. It didn't really matter how early or how later you hit the Gardener because he has tie turner, so he's gonna go down anyway. This was their plan the entire time, to die at this area. We can see 2 Cypher Machines have been popped, and the 3rd Cypher Machine is at 84. The reason why are they popping this, they don't pop Cypher Machines because of audience effect. I'm not sure if they actually had it because I forgot to check, but if the Hunter uses that to their advantage, they're going to keep utilizing abnormal. So it's like, you don't want to pop the Cypher Machines? Okay, I will abnormal them, and that's what Sangria did very well in this instance, but the 3rd Cypher Machine is popped, and it will... got the wonderful body block and the rescue. Tie turner, this is KZNK's last chair, is going to utilize the bubble here to make it to this pallet. Bubble's gonna run out very soon here, needs to be careful, and Hunter is not afraid, will go right through and down this first Survivor. Remember, they need to get a 4-man elimination just to tie up round number 4. Eliminated the first Survivor, but the 4th Cypher Machine is already at 94% and it's basically done. Last Cypher Machine, we have one at 13 and 40%, so things are looking incredibly good for the side of Zeta Survivors. Thinking if you're calculating to at least get 1 man out, and it's looking very possible right now. Survivors are also healed up, and she's going to be checking the second stop area. No one's there. Now we'll finally realize Hametu outside here. He has 1 more airbag to utilize. Will be able to win the mind games and get the injury onto the fire investigator. He has the walls and this 1 nice pallet to work with. Hunter's going to be breaking this pallet. Survivors know Hunter has abnormal, and she does also have trump cards, so she still has that ability to down the Survivor quickly. But last Cypher Machine's prime, she changed to teleport, and she's going to the last Cypher Machine. Dolisu just waiting waiting to get hit so that he could pop that cipher.
ただ特筆を吐いてしまったんでもう影が消えてしま
3-man endgame situation. Hasha is going to wait this out as long as possible because he wants the teleport cooldown to be as low as possible so that she can use teleport again. So just waiting on both sides. For the side of Donisu, the survivors can make it to the exit gate. Oh my goodness, immediate hit onto the acrobat. Now she's able to chair this acrobat and run to the other gate. She needs to make sure that she does not mess up any of her dashes. But the exit gate's already open. It's 80%. She's not gonna make it in time, and that's a 2-man escape for ZETA, giving them the win for round number 4. And there's no reason to make it to round number 5 because there's no potential for FL to win, so it's gonna be a 4-round match, giving ZETA the win for this matchup.
MVP が最後この5ポイントでこのミコメロディ選手のザッカ賞となりました。おめでとうございます。そうです。
RC Hunter going against SC Survivors. It will be Aka on the Ivy on Arms Factory. It looks like she will be sending her ghost to Tarko as the first target, being the Gravekeeper. Might not be committing to the Survivor. Before now, both the main body and the ghost is on this Gravekeeper, so it may be they are going for the Rescuer first, getting rid of that Tide Turner. We've been seeing Hunters doing this a lot in the past. We can see the ghost is now going to infect another Survivor, GNK, who is the Puppeteer. And it looks like she's just going to be recalling the ghost, so she will be committing onto this Gravekeeper. Ghost is going to go right through. Main body's going to be breaking this pallet so that he can't go back and utilize his shovel. Oh, gets 100% and is able to finally land the first injury onto this Gravekeeper. Cypher machines are, all 5 of them have been touched, and it looks like Hunter also does have insolence, so she just gets first presence right away. He's going to throw down this pallet and go right into his shovel form. It's his first time using it. Didn't he use it before? Well, she's going to utilize Blink and hit him outside of his shovel. Now it's on cooldown, and he does have that window still to work with, but the Hunter is going to be playing a little bit of mind games here. He's going to go all the way. Oh, she's going to infect him and teleporting. 80% corruption. Doesn't get that scare off, and he is able to escape her by vaulting this window. He's going to go to the double palace, but oh, the scare by the ghost, and that will be the first Survivor down. However, Cypher progress is looking pretty good. We have 80, 60, 60, 20, and 30%. Ivy is a late game Hunter, similarly to Dream Witch, so you may have pretty good Cypher progress on that first kite, but it can turn around at any time as soon as they eliminate the first Survivor. She has incredible map control, and when there are the last Cypher machines, she can block all 3 last Cyphers. So even if it's looking like a very good Cypher progress right now, we're not sure how that's going to end up during the late game phase. She's going to be infecting. He's going to take the save. I think that was an after half rescue, and we have only a little bit of shovel left on the side of the Gravekeeper, so he can just take 1 hit if he can go down into the shovel fast enough. 100% corruption and will be going down immediately. He still does have Tide Turner in effect. And we also can see Puppeteer also has brought Tide Turner, so even if the Gravekeeper does go down and he was rescued before half, then the Puppeteer can come in for the rescue once again. But there was like a lot of mind games with the Professor and the Ivy, so I'm not quite sure. So second chair for the Gravekeeper, and it looks like he was rescued just before half, so it looks like the Puppeteer will be coming in for the rescue because he does have Tide Turner. You can see the second Cypher machine has been primed, third Cypher machine 80, 70, 60, so Cypher progress looking pretty good. I feel like the reason they spread out the cipher machines and worked on all different ciphers is because they wanted to stop the hunter from pressuring one cipher machine continuously. So they're just going around and finishing up the ciphers around the map and priming them slowly. Hunter is going to be returning back to the Gravekeeper. Gonna go inside of his puppet form and is able to get the rescue before he expires. So Gravekeeper not gonna be able to do much. He's just gonna be taking a hit and will be going down. 3 cipher machines have been completed, so it is time for the hunter to start pressuring these ciphers much more. Can't see Monet is it Moan or Monet? Moni? And it looks like, oh, we got this! Oh, wonderful stun by the anti-Quarian. Hunter's going to be able to get the down onto the Gravekeeper right away, but it's still going to be quite challenging with the anti-Quarian continuously harassing, so Hunter's going to change targets and she's going to down the Professor. Cipher Machine is almost primed at 93%, so this forces her to leave the Gravekeeper and then send the ghost towards the Gravekeeper and try to get him afterwards. But he has to be very careful here. Is going to be chairing the Professor. Was able to chair the Professor. However, the Gravekeeper has healed up, so he's back up and running. Hunter's going to infect him and teleport to him right away. He does have a good area to work with, but blink and finally is able to down this Gravekeeper, sending him back to the meta. She needs to pick it up before the Cypher Machines pop, and she is able to do so. So the first survivor will be returned back to Nana. 3-man endgame situation. The Hunter does have detention, so they may have to play the slow game and wait out detention. While the Hunter is preoccupied, they are opening up one of the exit gates and will be infected right away. Hunter's going to recall the ghost, leave the ghost at this exit gate and teleport to the shack exit gate. Now that the Hunter has set up her main body and the ghost, survivors are going to start taking this very, very slow. Ooh, she also was able to find the anti-Quarian. So we're going to recall the ghost, and looks like she's sticking around. She's gonna stay. Oh, she's gonna be teleporting to the anti-Quarian. Ghost is gonna be camping the exit gate. No survivors approaching the exit gate quite yet. Hunter's gonna be teleporting and back to the Professor. It looks like Professor's caught a little too close and will be going down. This is the chance they get to open up the exit gate, but oh, wonderful job on the side of the Hunter and downing the anti-Quarian. They should have. Oh, I guess they should have waited for the Hunter to actually pick up the Professor before going for that exit gate. But it's like they were pretty sure that he was going to pick up that Professor because he's been on the chair once already. But wonderful thought process on the side of Aka. Oh my goodness, and the Hunter is able to pick up the Professor as well. Second chair for the Professor, first chair for the Puppeteer. The only survivor up and running is the anti-Quarian. Oh, and she's gonna teleport right to him. Oh, and she wasn't able to get the rescue. She flywheels and she is able to avoid getting hit for the time being. But the ghost is up and running. She's gonna be infecting the survivor. 50% corruption. And she's unable to approach the chair. She does have this one window she can flip into. Oh, she's just gonna vault. That works too. And she has this. Oh, she doesn't have that pallet there. And she needs to be careful of the scare. She is gonna be able to get the stun. Oh, he sidesteps, but he still gets the disarm onto the survivor. 100% corruption. And she drops down here, so then there's no attack recovery. So now, oh my goodness, it's looking like a 4-man elimination. Soar is running towards the dungeon. Detention is now over, but she's at half health, so it doesn't matter. And the Hunter blinks and downs the survivor. She has no more stick to work with, and that's a 4-man elimination for the side of RC Hunter. SC Hunter going against RC Survivors. Round 1, second half. In the first half, RC Hunter was able to get that 4-man elimination. So in order to tie, SC Hunter also has to get that 4-man elimination. Anything less will be a win to round 1 for RC. And it looks like she's looking for Rioli, but she's checking in the wrong spot. She is expecting him to be hiding somewhere in this corner, but he's actually gone all the way around to the opposite side of the factory. Hunter does leave this area because there's no Tinnitus being triggered. She's going to absorb the wall here and go right through. It looks like she's lost sight of Ryoli, so now she's going towards Unpi instead, who is the archer. So as long as the archer can get those stuns in, the laceration stuns in, oh my goodness, he is having a very hard time looking for these survivors, and she's already transitioning out, and once again all alone here in the corner walls. Tinnitus is still being triggered, so she does know that the survivor hasn't quite left, and now she's going to be able to flywheel the vine, so isn't able to avoid it. Gets the 100% laceration, stunning the hunter and allowing her to move safely into this pallet. Hunter's going to absorb those walls. He has 2 chips here, so she has to be very careful. She's going to utilize her bow backstep and avoid in case that there is a chip damage. Unable to get it. It's going to get another 100% laceration effect, and back hiding behind these walls. He really needs to start getting those chip damages. It's a little slow, and she's already passed right through. We can see Flywheel is now on cooldown because she just used it to avoid the vines. Is able to finally get the chip damage and the normal damage, getting the first injury onto the survivor. But Cypher Machines are being decoded quite well. We can see 3 Cypher Machines are almost primed. Ooh, wonderful stun once again on the side of Unpi with his archer. I'm just going to absorb the ground. Now he has another vine available. No Flywheel, but it still manages to avoid it. Is going to be able to get the chip damage and finally bring the first survivor down. We can see 3 Cypher Machines. 2 Cypher Machines have been completed. The 3rd Cypher Machine is primed, and we have already progress on the 4th and 5th Cypher Machine. And the survivor coming in for the rescue is going to be City as the first officer with Ty Turner. Ryoli also does have Ty Turner, so it's a very good thing that he wasn't chased in the beginning. A little bit of mind games here. Needs to get this rescue soon. Is able to get the chip damage. Going to utilize his watch. And is able to get the rescue. Wonderful rescue by the first officer, also taking the hit, so that's allowing Unpi to transition out, but she has no more arrows left to work with, so it's looking like she's just going to be taking a hit here and just buying time at this corner. And then for the second rescue, Ryoli will most likely have to come in. Cypher progress. Last 2 Cypher Machines around 50%. Well, we can see Ryoli is slowly making his way towards the chair. We can see the 3rd Cypher Machine that was primed has finally been popped, and they just need to work on the last 2 ciphers, which the remainder 2 survivors will be doing. Just been chaired. Hunter's going to be absorbing this wall. Ryoli hasn't been seen. Oh, excitement! So he's not able to swap places and gets a chip damage onto... Oh, didn't get the chip damage onto Ryoli. A little bit of mind games. Finally gets the chip damage. She's getting another chip. Oh, and a terror shock! Sending Unpi back to the manor, and the 2nd survivor will be chaired. However, the 4th Cypher Machine has just been popped, and the last Cypher Machine is at 70%. So it's still looking like a 3-man endgame, and on the side of RC survivors, they just need a 1-man out in order to win up round 1. She's going to utilize her vines, misses City, but City's at 75% damage, so this is not looking good. They did get that backdoor rescue onto the Novelist. We're gonna nullify this pallet by... Oh, wonderful snipe. Is able to down the survivor and will be chairing. And Soba is waiting around the corner to get ready for this rescue. And the Hunter will be chairing right next to this 82% Cypher Machine. So Ryoli is gonna start a new Cypher Machine next to the shack area while Soba is feeding Tinnitus and keeping the Hunter from going to that Cypher Machine, because if she leaves that Cypher Machine, they're going to be able to get the rescue and they're going to be able to prime up that 82 Cypher Machine, so she cannot leave this chair or the Cypher Machine, which allows them to prime up that 75% Cypher Machine that's at shack. Oh, Soba is leaving. City does have bar time, but Ryoli and Soba do not have bar time, so they may just sell. It's looking like they're going to sell because they're not even feeding Tinnitus anymore, and they're going to pop the Cypher Machines. It's an endgame situation. 2 survivors up and running. City is still on the chair, and the Hunter now knows the direction of Ryoli because he's the other survivor that popped the Cypher Machine. She's going to utilize the vine to get closer to the survivor. The escape is being opened up. It's 30%. Ryoli is cut a little far away. Excitement is back up, so he's not going to be able to... Oh, she's going to change to teleport, and she's going to be catching Soba off guard. Wonderful flywheel. He is able to make it to this pallet, but the absorption is gonna... Oh, wonderful scale is able to push the Hunter back and stay alive for a little bit longer. The Vine is back out and it is closing the distance. We still have that pallet to work with. We're gonna get the stun. Isn't able to get the stun. And oh, goes through the wall right as the what is it? The little pathway disappears. But it looks like, oh, he's gonna be caught out here. Oh, she cancels the Vine because she wasn't able to get the stun. Is able to get the chip damage onto Soba. The opposite exit gate is now being opened, and that's gonna be a one-man escape for the side of RC Survivors, giving them the win for round number 1. She is gonna be able to hit Soba here, and Rioli will be leaving. Round 2, first half, it is SC Hunter going against RC Survivors. It's going to be the Hullabaloo on Chinatown. It looks like he is going to be running into City as his first chase, which is the Gravekeeper. He's going to go inside of his grave form, shovel form immediately because it is a Hullabaloo and you just want to be safe and careful. He's going to be getting out of his shovel after he has a little bit of distance, is able to get the red and the white bomb on him right away. He's gonna have to play a lot of mind games here. The clone is on cooldown because he just used it, but oh, sniped by the main body, is able to injure the Survivor. He threw down this pallet and he's gonna go straight into his shovel to get some kind of defense shield. Hunter is able to place the black ball onto the Survivor. He's hiding behind this pallet once again, but the white ball does land on him. And now his first shovel is gone. He is back out with 2 colors and is able to get the down onto him very quickly. It does seem like the Gravekeeper was caught off guard by the way he utilized his items. He used it a little too early because you want to land the color bombs on you first and then somehow go inside of the shovel. Obviously, I'm not an expert, so I wouldn't really know that exactly, but wonderful backdoor rescue, is able to get a clean rescue, so no injuries on the Survivor side, and a free rescue by Soba with Tide Turner available. He has 2 color bombs on him now. He's inside of his shovel, so now the Hunter is just most likely going to wait out the shovel or try to hit him out of the shovel. But it looks like he's going to be hit out of the shovel. Now he has to reapply 3 more color bombs. Well, now you're reapplied the red bomb and the white bomb. No more shovels left, so he's just gonna have to raw kite this out in the open here, trying to avoid the black zone, but isn't able to do so. So we'll be going down for the second time. A very early rescue in the first chair, so we can see Cypher progress is still not very good because that first initial down was pretty fast. And it looks like he's taking him all the way towards the restaurant, or hotel as a lot of people like to call it, but it's called restaurant on the map, so you know, just to help people understand the pings that are in game, I will most likely be calling it restaurant. So but taking the hit and is able to get the rescue before he expires. We see City already has, oh my goodness, wonderful color wheel rotation, is able to down this Gravekeeper very early and will be able to send the first Survivor back into the manor. We can see Hunter is now going to be going for Soba because he is at half health. But no, he's also going to be checking on the Cypher progress. As we can see, 3 Cypher machines have been completed, with the 4th Cypher machine at 40 and the 5th Cypher machine at 60. We got the Abnormal coming in here, so now they only have 4 Cypher machines. They are starting a new Cypher, and the Hunter is going back to pressure the Cypher inside of the restaurant. P in the middle, trying to take this kite, has 1 little mini stun to utilize. Hunter going to check on the Cypher machines. P leaving the, Rioli leaving the area early. Hunter's gonna utilize the clone to try to get some colors. Oh, gets a black and the red bomb on him. She needs to avoid the white zone. She is able to throw down this pallet. Hunter's going to be going around, waiting around at this second pallet here. Going to jump over. She's going to go to the other side because she can now avoid the white zone with these pallets. She's going to wait for the Hunter to catch up. and with the rotation is able to finally injure this gardener. Oh, she avoids the double surprise. Oh, sandwich, but is sandwiched afterwards and will be going down for the first time. However, she has bought quite a lot of time. You can see the third cipher machine is almost going to be popped, and the last cipher machine is at 80, so they're going to pop that cipher machine. Ooh. And one person is going to be coming in for this rescue while the other person gets ready to pop that cipher machine. The bot is on the last cipher, so now the mechanic has a little more room to either go for the exit gate or help with the rescue if Umpi is caught off a little too far away from the last cipher. If we see, Umpi does have borrowed time, so even if she's hit, she can go in for the rescue, but we're going to have... Ooh, they're going to pop the cipher machine and then get the rescue before half onto Rioli. So things are looking incredibly good for the side of the survivors, despite the fact that the first early down was pretty fast. Wonderful kite for the side of NP. Umpi has a 3 stun, so that's going to be 1 long stun. That may be enough time for the survivors to open up that exit gate, but not much movement on the exit gate progress. Is able to get the triple stack. Still, exit gates are not being opened. Wonderful flywheel is able to avoid the hit. We only have the white bomb on him so far. Hunter also does not have detention, so wonderful pallet stun. Wow, and it looks like they're finally at the gate and they are finally starting to open this gate, so it's around 40% and Umpi is still up and running. We have the red and the white. Now we finally is able to injure the survivor. The black bomb and the white bomb. She needs to avoid the white zone. Is going to utilize excitement, but she didn't have a stun. And she will finally be able to down the survivor, but the exit gate is open and both survivors are there, so that's a 2-man escape for the side of RC survivors. RC Hunter going against SC survivors, and KaKaKa is going to be bringing out the nightmare once again. This is round 2, second half. In the first half, SZ Hunter was able to get the 2-man elimination, so in order to win or tie, Hunter needs to get 2-man elimination or more, and that'll be win for RC side. We'll see how well this nightmare does. He has shown amazing performance in the IVS and the previous IJL with this nightmare, causing other hunters to also play him. So we know he's incredibly skilled and he's just at a complete another level. Looks like his first chase is going to be Moni. Does have the crow on the survivor. He's going to utilize switch. Oh, and he's going to utilize the excitement as soon as he switched to try to pallet stun him. Is able to injure the survivor for the first time. And now he's using the hunt to look at the ground and catch up to the survivor much faster. He's going to be able to get that vault, and once again the crow is on the survivor. He doesn't win the... Oh, he flywheels and he avoids the hit and is able to kite a little bit longer. He has the dash, he misses the dash but gets the terror shock dash, and now he has first presence as well. It is a pretty early down on the side of the survivors, seeing that we have 70, 40 and only 14 on the third cipher machine. Oh, never mind, we have more. We have 99%, so we actually have a lot more cipher progress because we have the Explorer's page at 99%, so he's just going to be decoding and then pop the cipher when he wants. The Wildling is coming in for the rescue. He's already on his board, so he can safely make it to the chair. And the hunter doesn't have to overexert himself, but also the explorer is here. But if the hunter decides to change targets and go for this explorer, he's not going to be able to utilize his 99% page. He's going to be getting the hit onto the explorer, who has tight turner, and he's going to go back to the novelist. Okay, he's going to utilize his crow, teleport to the novelist right away. He's going to utilize his jump. He's out in the open. He's going to switch, keeps him alive a little bit longer, but Hunter jumps again and is able to down this survivor. We also did get the stun by the archer, but it was just one laceration. It was 99% laceration, so one more laceration. If that jump was like 1 more millimeter longer, he could have gotten it. But it looks like the hunter will be able to get the hit onto the archer. So So things are not looking too good for the silent survivors. Is able to get the 100% laceration and avoid getting down. Hunter's now going to go for this wildling. Is able to get a hit onto this wildling. All 4 survivors are injured, and now the hunter is concentrated back onto this novelist. Explorer still holding on to that 99% page. Excitement is also back up, so he needs to be a little careful. Is going to be able to take that hit with the dash and send him back to the manor. First survivor back into the manor. We can't see survivors are now healing each other because they are initially all injured. And GNK is the only survivor that will be decoding. Unfortunately, he still has 93% page. He needs to use up these pages because he's going to be the next target to be chased. Is able to down the survivor, and on top of that, he was at half health, and the other survivors were healing each other, which means there's only one cipher machine that was decoding. So one cipher machine that was moving, so the hunter just decided to teleport. It happens to be the GNK, who is the half health explorer. Now his page is on the ground, and the survivors need to pick it up and pop one of the cipher machines with that 93% page. Hunter is just going to be teleporting, and he's going to be going after Tarako, who is the wildling. He is back on his board, so he can most likely make it to the chair, but how are you going to get the rescue when you're on the board? So that's going to force Soar to come in for this rescue as the archer. So Hunter is now leaving the wildling because he knows the wildling can't come in for this rescue, so he now needs to pressure the chair cipher machine, not cipher machine, the chair. And he finally spots the archer out, and Archer is just trying to make it to the chair before the explorer runs out, expires. Crow is sent to the wildling. We got the little laceration. Hunter's just staying still. Oh, and as soon as he gets rescued, downing him immediately and chairing him right away. Soar now being able to pick up that 93% page. It was not a before half rescue, so what was his first chair, right? Oh, Hunter's just going to change targets, and he's going for Tarako next. Oh my goodness, it's looking like a 4-man elimination once again because they do not have a 5th cipher machine. They have the 4th, they have the 3rd at 64%, but they don't have the 5th cipher machine, and it's already the slugging strategy. This character has the crows where he can just teleport to right away, back and forth, so things are looking incredibly scary for the Soar survivors. He needs to use up that page. He needs to use up the page, pop the page, because now it's a slugging strategy and it's going to be even harder to decode. He has tinnitus. He knows it's somewhere in this corner, just haven't quite... Okay, we'll be finally able to spot out this archer, which allows the wildling a lot of self-healing. Is at 99%, so he's primed the self-healing. And he has to either wait till she gets injured or down, because the hunter will just go straight back to the wildling, because then he can get rid of the wildling's self-healing, and then he's free to chase the archer for as long as he wants. So even the wildling can't get up in this situation. Or he's going to crawl away so the hunter doesn't know where he will be getting up from. Wonderful flywheel, and is able to avoid getting hit and throw down this pallet, making her way to the 2nd floor. Now there's a long hallway where the hunter can just dash and get the hit onto this survivor. She is going to be dropping down, and she's going around the building. Doesn't have the mark, so as long as she makes sure she's out of, what is it called? Is able to get the mark onto the survivor. This pallet, however, is still available. Oh, gets hit and down on this pallet, which is going to force the wildling to get back up. Hunter is going to teleport and look for this wildling, but he's crawled quite a distance away from that cipher machine, so now they're going to have to wait for Soar to also... Oh, it looks like he's going to just get up while he has the distance away from the survivor, and the boar is ready, so he's going to be able to buy a little more time. Soar is able to heal up to 70%, is able to get the immediate disappearance of the boar, and he still has the mark on this wildling. He is going to be able to get him here because there's no real obstacle to hide behind. And the hunter is going to pick the survivor up and take him as close as possible to the archer. Nope, he's just going to chair him. Okay, never mind. Hunter now throwing the crow to try and locate this survivor. Where was the dungeon? The dungeon is at the Lion Pagoda entrance. And Tinnitus is being triggered. He knows it's not on that corner because Tinnitus wasn't triggered when he was going that direction. So now he knows where Soar is. And Soar did manage to get a syringe, but not going to have any time to heal himself and is able to go down. And that's another 4-man elimination for the side of RC Hunters. Round 3, first half. RC Hunter gonna go first as and on Leo's memory. Right now, RC has 2 round wins, SC has 0 round wins, so they really need to at least get a tie to move on to round 4, or they have to get a win. Otherwise, it's going to be, if RC gets the win for round 3, it's over for SC. And it looks like the first chase is going to be Tarako as the escapologist. He's getting ready to utilize his smoke screen, will be utilizing it, but the cats are out and they will be latching onto the survivor. So the hunter is able to jump towards him. He is able to throw down this pallet, so he is fine. He's going to go back inside of his smoke screen. Hunter's going to disable his ability, and he is able to throw down yet another pallet. Hunter destroying these pallets incredibly fast. He just needs to transition away, and it looks like the hunter is slowly catching up. The cats will be released onto this survivor once again, is able to catch up to him, and it looks like she's going to be able to finally get a hit on him, but he does have the misdirection, so he's still at full health. He's going to utilize his next smoke screen to create this wall where the hunter can't really find out where he is, and is able to hide behind this wall. We have the meteorologist getting ready for the support, is able to latch the cats onto the survivor. Meteorologist push with the wind, but he's still stunned, and the hunter is still way too close to the survivor. Will be taking the first hit and transition away. Hunter going to utilize warp, close the distance, has one more pallet here to work with. Oh, and that pallet stun is able to buy so much time for the side of the survivors. He's going to finally transition back into the walls, but the cats are latched on once again. He's on the wrong side of the pallet, but she's just going to break it. He's still stunned and will be going down for the first time. But if we look at the cipher progress, we can see 2 ciphers are already primed. The 3rd cipher machine is at 77, and the closest survivor is GNK, who does have Tide Turner, so they can definitely come in for this rescue. We can see that he used the escapologist use escape act, where he changes the location of his chair to more towards the middle, so that's easier to rescue and you don't have to run all the way to the corner and get cut off by this hunter. 3rd cipher machine has one of the cipher machines have been popped, the other 2 are primed. 4th cipher machine as a 21 is able to get the rescue and will be able to injure the meteorologist. Now the hunter needs to down the survivor, but she does have a lot of time because he does have Tide Turner, so anytime before it's over is going to be able to get the stun and will be able to get the hit onto him. She was trying to delay the hit as much as possible so that he can get less distance while he's on his Tide Turner. And it looks like he'll be on the chair one more time. He may have to use his escape act, but it looks like he was purposely coming to this corner far away. Is he going to use it? Yes, he is. And the next survivor coming in for the rescue is going to be the escaping clown. Not escaping clown. Oh my God. The weeping clown. And he also does have Tide Turner, so they're setting up for this rescue. Oh, Weeping Clown's already there. Alf did not see him, and they're able to get this free rescue. Nope, they were being a little patient. Oh, they're gonna get the stun, double stun. Hunter stunning the Weeping Clown. Weeping Clown stunning the hunter, is able to take the hit and get the rescue before he expires. This is the last chair for the escapologist, but if you look at the cipher progress right now, 4 cipher machines are primed, 2 are done, and they're just gonna start popping all these cipher machines. The last cipher machine at 67 doesn't look like he's gonna be able to last long, but with the support of the Weeping Clown and the harassment of the enchanters, it is possible. Now the hunter may have to change to excitement. She's going to be changing to excitement so she can get rid of the first survivor. 4th cipher machine's popped. Last cipher machine 90, and the hunter needs to look for a new survivor to chase. They're just going to go and pop that last cipher machine since the hunter is not chasing any of the survivors. We can see the Weeping Clown is opening up the moon exit gate, and the hunter is now on the meteorologist, who has still quite a lot of items left to utilize, at least 2, I believe. And she's going to recall the cats. She's going to utilize the clouds to avoid the cats. Hunter's going to jump towards the cloud, and she's going to drop right in front of the hunter. So that is at least a 2-man elimination for now. Survivors may come in for the support. We will have to see, because it is still close. I was trying to chair him as far away from the moon gate, which is already open. And it looks like the Weeping Gong took the Enchantress with the rocket, and they secured the 2-man escape for SZ.
暴言かぶっ刺さりぶっ刺さってますね。仮に見つかってもチェイスができるポジションではありますね。
人格見ていきましょう。
SC Hunter going against RC Survivors round 3, second half. For the side of SC, he has to get a 2-man elimination or more in order to continue to round 4, because they don't have enough round wins and RC has 2 round wins. And it looks like the first survivor that will be chased is going to be the escapeologist. We do see he has been leached, and he does have that smoke screen that will not disappear even if it is hit with the leech. So I think before there was a patch issue where he would get rid of the leech if he was hit with his misdirection, but I think that got patched up, and so that's no longer an issue. We'll be able to get the misdirection off of the survivor, so now he has no protection and he will be able to get injury onto City. He's doing a very good job utilizing the smoke screens and to try and get away from the leeches, but is going to be able to take a leech hit here, so and utilize his smoke screen to get away from the main body, but from the leeches and the main body, but he needs to also get away from the main body so that he's not re-leeched. He's doing a very good job utilizing the oh my goodness, blink it, and it is down. So first survivor down, all cipher machines at 60, all 3 cipher machines around 60. First chair, and we can see that the Weeping Clown is actually getting ready to come for this rescue. He is most likely going to utilize his escape act and change the chair to an area where it's easier for his teammates to come for that rescue. He has been re-leeched, so there are 2 followers running around the map. Weaving Clown is coming in with his rocket, gonna try to stun this leech and get this rescue. Is able to get it with before half, I think it was before half, with Tide Turner. And ooh, wonderful flywheel avoids any injury, so that's a clean rescue for the side of this escape. I keep calling Weeping Clown Escape Clown. Okay. Fine, we can do this. Okay, the hunter is now trying to sandwich him in behind this area, but it looks like the explorer is also here, so that's not good for the side of the survivors. Is able to throw down this cloud just in time, but the next follower is waiting for him right behind. Once again, another leech hit by RC City, so that is the one thing that the escapeologist is doing incredibly well, and wonderful rebound kite on top of that. We can see that they have finished 1 cipher machine, second cipher machine is almost primed, 2 other cipher machines at 60, and we already have the last cipher machine at 40. But this is a Dream Witch, and she's much more scary late game, and she also can apply quite a lot of cipher pressure, so we'll see how well Latty does to counteract this situation. We can see that Soba is picking up another page, so oh, it looks like the hunter did spot him out, but it doesn't look like she's going to chase him. She wants to secure the first elimination for the first survivor to be eliminated. They are not going to go for this rescue, and they're allowing the survivor to expire, and the next chase is going to be the explorer with a 13% page, which is kind of unfortunate because you want your explorer to get all those pages and as much decoding done as much as possible. We'll be taking this hit. We see 3 cipher machines have been popped. The 4th one is primed, and the last cipher machine at 65. So cipher progress is looking pretty good, but this is 3 survivors left, and this is a witch. Dream Witch. Ooh, blink, and is able to get the hit, eventually downing the next survivor, and will be able to chair him. Cipher machines are primed though. They are gonna be going in for the end game situation. They're going to be preparing for one person going to be waiting at the cipher machine, one person is going to be coming in for the rescue. Hunter's going to be able to re-leech the, I don't know if he actually leached the Explorer before, but is going to be leached, and the Magician is going to be coming in for the rescue. Wonderful illusion. Oh, we see one of the followers are waiting at the pallet so that when the cipher machines pop, he can't hide at this pallet and immediately get a rebound kite. So now the Hunter is going to go and leech and pressure Rioli and stop the exit gates from being open, and then the Explorer has a leech on him and he doesn't have a leech remover. So it looks like the Hunter is able to leech the Magician. And ooh, get the hit and downing him with that leech, and the main body's follower is also here, so he will be chaired. We see the Weeping Clown has opened one of the exit gates. They need the Explorer to also get out, and that's a tie, so we will be seeing around 4. SC Hunter going against RC Survivors. This is round 4, first half. SC needs to get a round win in round 4 in order to make it to round 5. If they don't have enough round wins in order to move on to round 5. So this may decide everything. So there's a lot of pressure on the side of SC Hunter to get as much survivors eliminated to make it easier for their survivors in the second half. First chase is going to be Rioli as the Seer. Ooh. Be careful here not to allow him to get more owls. Wonderful pallet stun on the side of the Seer, but that is going to add more wax. So at 61% wax, he's going to loop this area. Already throw down this pallet because, you know, you can do one pallet stun, but you don't want to risk too many pallet stuns because then the wax will pile up. Needs to make sure to also utilize his owl before he gets 100%. Oh, and that drained quite a lot. Oh, it's stacking back up. It's at 80, and he's being very careful here. Is able to utilize the owl right as he gets 100% wax and is able to stay alive yet a little bit longer, throwing down this pallet and keep looping around this area. Has another pallet here to work with, but will take that hit while dropping down this pallet. Hunter going to close the distance utilizing warp. He goes back towards the entrance of the warp, but isn't able to make it to this pallet, so he will be going down. We have 4 cipher machines that are currently in progress because we do have that lucky guy with a mechanic spot. Auntie ready to come in for this rescue as the antiquarian. She does also have Tide Turner. We have 3 survivors with Tide Turner: the mechanic, not the mechanic, the lucky guy, the antiquarian, and the mercenary. So they're really preparing for whoever gets chased, but the Hunter chose that one survivor that doesn't have Tide Turner. Is going to be able to, ooh, wonderful flywheel, but does get 100%. So she's stunned. They were both stunned, and then she took the hit and was able to get the rescue. Now the Hunter is back onto the Seer, and the wax is just stacking up so quickly because he is out in the open. He wasn't able to really transition away. So it looks like our first cipher machine has been completed. The second cipher machine is primed. Third at 87 and the fourth at 50. Second chair for Rioli. It doesn't look like he was able to get another owl yet. And the next survivor coming in for the rescue is going to be City as the mercenary. Hunter is checking the entrance of the tent, but he went all the way around. Hasn't quite noticed the mercenary yet. Hunter already has full presence because of the owl hit, obviously, but you know. Ooh, wonderful elbow pad, is able to make it to the chair and get the rescue before he is expiring with Tide Turner once again. He has a little more areas to work with because he has the walls and he can avoid getting all the wax stacked up onto him, but he is forced away from this walls and he has to hide behind this pallet. He does have another owl and he's just waiting for the perfect moment to throw down this pallet, but the Hunter is making it very hard and he's unable to. Oh, he gets the hot wax down and now he is chaired and sent back to the manor. Three cipher machines completed, fourth cipher machine primed, last cipher machine at 70%. Latty is going to be changing to teleport and teleporting to first off cipher machine where Soba was currently at. It looks like he's the one survivor that's at full health. It's good in the sense that, oh, hot wax and immediately downing! And that's the first chair for Soba. However, 4 cipher machines have been completed. Last cipher machine at 81, but it must be this cipher machine at first stop. So now they have to start a new cipher machine and they're all at half health and they have to go for this rescue. So things are looking incredibly bad for the side of the survivors. Hunter's just going to be locking up that second story window and City's going to be going all the way around. The question is, will they be able to prime the cipher machine in time? Hunter has tinnitus, so he's expecting the survivor to be on the second story, but he isn't. And he's making his way all the way around. Hunter can utilize hot wax, so he has to be very careful. Hunter's going to be getting rid of the bot here. And we do get the alert that the lucky guy is on the chair, so the Hunter already knows that he sees City. City needs to make sure that he doesn't get 100% wax, because then he can get hot wax and then hit, and then he will be down immediately. And if we look, he does have bar time. Both of them have bar time. He needs to elbow pad and make the rescue right now. He is able to make the rescue! Gets a hit on 2, City with the hot wax. And we'll be able to down Soba. Cipher machines pop endgame situation. 3 survivors up and running. The situation was looking so incredibly hard for the side of RC survivors. But amazing rescue and avoiding the hot wax and the wax by the mercenary just saved the entire game, being able to get that rescue without going down. And it looks like the Soba will be taking this kite once again. Both exit gates are being opened. The one at fourth stop, oh, it looks like the one at first stop actually opened up faster, so the mercenary has opened his exit gate. Soba just needs to stay alive for a little bit longer and make sure that the Hunter can't teleport to the exit gate that hasn't been opened yet. Wonderful mind games by this lucky guy, buying so much time behind this one wall. And the exit gates are open, so this is a 2-man escape for the side of RC. Question is, where is the dungeon? If it is here, he can't possibly try to get it. He's eating a lot of wax here. Oh my goodness, he's left! The dungeon's open! He has 100% wax and he is able to down it, so SZ Hunter is still able to secure that 2-man elimination. RC Hunter going against SZ Survivors is going to be the gamekeeper on Leo's memory. So for the side of RC Hunter, he just needs to get a 2-man elimination that ties up round 4, giving the win to RC. For the side of the survivors, they have to get a 3-man escape or more, which is going to be very challenging on Moonlit River Park. Alf has found his first target, and it is going to be GNK as the psychologist. Cipher machines have all started now, and GNK is doing a very good job avoiding the hooks, staying out of line of sight, and the Hunter is just trying to catch up utilizing these hooks. She's in a very good kiting area. She's already made it to the double pallets walls. Hunter's going to be breaking this pallet and setting up trap here, trying to catch the survivors off guard and forcing her to leave this area completely, because if he goes around, she can't vault into the Hunter because she also has to be careful of hooks. But Hunter has now closed the distance, will be taking the first hit, but that first hit is going to be eaten up by her stress ability, so she'll still be at full health. Hunter is able to hook her through the chairs and is able to get the second hit onto the survivor. She was out in the open. Hunter's going to utilize warp close. The distance has 1 pallet to work with, but she walked right through it because she is, oh my goodness, falls right into this Hunter and will be going down for the first time. However, it was a decent kite because we can see cipher machines are at 60, 70, 70, so not bad. But this is also a big map, so you need to kite a little longer to help your survivors. Sora is already coming in for the rescue as the gardener with Tide Turner. Hunter's going to be breaking up these pallets here so that she can't go back into the tent and try to rebound kite. So we're trying to most likely summon the bubble before, oh, it gets the hook. She's trying to summon up the bubble. The bubble is summoned so that she can get this chair. Rescue is able to get the rescue, and the hunter still concentrating on the psychologist. When she's rescued with Tide Turner, that stress ability is frozen, so she's not able to take a double hit. But if she gets rescued the second time without Tide Turner, that stress ability will come in handy, where she will have to be hit twice to go down. And it just looks like she's trying to find the best area to go down. Hunter will be able to chair her for the second time. Taruko coming in here for the support as the forward. He's doing a very good job hiding safely behind the walls while the psychologist crawls towards a better location for him to stun. Is able to avoid getting the terror shock. With that fast vaulting speed, anything is possible. Okay, he misses! He misses his stun! Okay, I was a little bit of shock there. Second chair for the psychologist. And there's a trap also waiting for him, so he does have to be careful. How did that miss? Did he like sidestep and it hit the carousel, the working carousel? Interesting. Monet is coming in for the rescue as the aeroplanist with Tide Turner, and is able to get the rescue. Now the stress ability is once again not in effect, so she will, if she's chaired for the third time, if Taruko can harass and she's released, then the stress ability will be activated, and she actually has the ability to rebind cut if that actually does happen. Hunter is just going to get the hit onto the forward. Now he's at 75% health. He does not, if he gets hooked, it is over, so he has to be very careful here. Hunter is going to be setting up a trap, and he's going to utilize excitement, and doubting the forward is able to chair and get rid of the psychologist. A tie is a win for RC, so they need to do everything in their power to get a 3-man escape. But now that one survivor is sent back to the manor and Cypher machines are not quite ready, it's looking very good for the RC Hunter. Monet is currently working on the Cypher machine right next to the Hunter. Okay, need to avoid getting hit. Sora needs to go pop that prime Cypher machine. Hunter is trying to get a hook onto the aeroplanist. Fourth Cypher machine popped. Now Sora needs to come in and help with this rescue. But how are they going to manage the 3-man escape? We'll have to see where the dungeon spawns. It's obviously not here. Okay, it's at the edge of the bridge. Well, not the bridge, the edge of the map next to the bridge with the Cypher machine. Behind the bridge with the Cypher machine. Oh, we're gonna get the rescue by the... Oh, and then we're trying to get the stun, but okay, we're gonna get the hook, and we're gonna be able to pick up the forward. Oh, and he's gonna get a hit onto the aeroplanist as well. It's only 92, it's not ready, and the forward will be chaired for the... Oh, it's broken, the chair's broken, and the Cypher machine's popped. 3 survivors up and running. He doesn't get the hook onto the forward. For hiding behind this pallet. Hunter trying to swing. He's being very patient here. Is able to flywheel and avoid the hook, staying alive for a little bit longer, but is eventually going to be hooking the survivor and will be able to down the forward. And this will be the second chair for the forward. I believe he was rescued after half because of all the Cypher decoding. Yeah, so he'll be returning to the manor, and I believe this is a win for RC. And you know, why not? Why stop there? Let's go for more. And he hooks him off of the 4th platform. Oh my goodness, wonderful jetpack up propel. Upwards propel is able to escape from this Hunter. Sora is going to the complete opposite side of the map. Airplanist is heading towards the dungeon. Hunter is just waiting for his hook. Is be able to catch up with his hook. He's gonna hook to that pallet. Is able to throw it down just in time. Hunter's gonna go around this way because he knows, most likely, yeah, he knows the dungeon is there. So he's trying to cut him off from the dungeon. And Airplanist has to play mind games here at this pallet. Hook is back up. And the Hunter is gonna use it. He's doing a very good job avoiding it. Exit gate is finally open. He is able to hook the survivor and down him, and that's a 3-man elimination for RC, giving them the win for this matchup.
思います。とはいえこのねラウンド2での悪夢での
仲間の悪夢、今後も注目のポイント。